Whatever you want to think about it, it's here. The Miami Dolphins have a quarterback and running back controversy, at least when it comes to the fans. I'm not going to say the coaches because the coaches know who they want to play and they're going to play who they want to play. But yesterday got very, very, very interesting for Miami Dolphins fans, at least. And there is at least some competition in the backup quarterback position because we know Tua Tagovailoa greatly helps this team to win games, but also in the backup running back position, which is very interesting now because we'll hear from Mike McDaniel in the next segment. Devon Achane is dealing with an injury that could keep him out days to weeks. So we now look at a Dolphins team that has a lot of interesting competition, which I think is good for the team. Now, some writers in this area, like Omar Kelly, who's our dude right there for the Miami Herald, says the team doesn't believe in competition. They believe in just naming guys to positions, and that is that. I don't know, though. I like the competition. How you doing? I am Dan Day with my cousin Vladimir Louison at Dan Day Radio at Vlad2078. Vlad, you've already said it. There is no more running back competition. Ollie Gordon II has arrived.
Yeah, he officially locked down the RB2 spot to me after the second half performance in yesterday's preseason game against the Lions. But man, now that Madison injury that hurts, because if Achane's going to be out days and weeks, so that means they don't really have a set timeline. They don't really know what's going on. I mean, I don't think we're not going to see him in for the rest of the training preseason, probably training camp. You had Austin Jackson out. Now Achane is out. You're losing some key contributors in your starting lineup. So yeah, it was good to see the performance of Ollie Gordon. The second, Jalen Wright, man. Hey, man, take the diapers off, baby. Time to put your big boy's pants up, man.
You know, they said about Cam Smith, we can't hold your hand anymore. Jalen Wright, 4 yards on 4 carries yesterday. That's not going to do it.
Pull-ups, man. You need to wear some you need to wear some underwear now. Come on.
That is not going to get it done. So, whew. Interesting times if you're a Miami Dolphins fan, though. It is fun. I like the competition. I think everyone would agree that competition in camp is a big deal, and it helps the team. Now, Mike McDaniel's already come out and said backup quarterback, Zach Wilson. But I don't know. Sometimes.
Stop. I'm not telling you to stop, Dan. I'm just talking about the fan base.
We had a fan base yesterday that said he should start over Tua Tagovailoa.
3 years ago, we had a fan base that said Skylar Thompson should have started as well.
The sky's the limit is what I got from people. And I was told I was not a very good fan because I didn't believe Skylar Thompson should be the starting great quarterback.
Yeah, well, they all love Skylar. Listen, I'm not going to be a Zachalite. You know, I'm not going to – I just know – he's got over 30 starts in the NFL. And if by some chance that Tua has to miss a game or two,
it could happen.
There's more than a likelihood it happening. You would want someone with experience. Say what you want, but I would rather take Zach Wilson over Tim Boyle.
Yes.
Even Mike White.
Yes.
Even though Mike White and Tim Boyle probably took his job when he was with the Jet. I'm going to take him over Snoop Huntley. And I'm going to take him over Skylar Thompson. You know, unless you want to make a trade for Jameis Winston, you know what I'm saying? Unless you see a quarterback gets cut, you know,
right?
I don't think the Rams will let Jimmy Garoppolo go. Like, as you can see, having a capable backup quarterback is a necessity in the NFL.
Two things. Number one, there is a quarterback and running back controversy, whether you like it or not. Not so much for the coaching staff, but from the fan base. Number two, I never understood why Mike McDaniel never went out and got Jimmy Garoppolo. The familiarity, they worked together in San Francisco. There's obviously a reason why.
Oh, Jimmy Dunzo, bro.
He's that bad? I mean, there's got to be a reason why, because you would think it would be a natural thing. I know he was suspended for a little while.
My thing with backup quarterbacks, you got to use their strength and limit their weakness.
Right.
So, therefore, what Tua does is not exactly the same thing that Zach Wilson does.
I think Zach Wilson is his own worst enemy. He overcomplicates things. Like the first pass yesterday, he had a guy in the flat, wide open. didn't throw it to him. Check, then threw it back to him, and it was incomplete. It was like, make the simple, easy play. I think.
Oh, you talking about that play?
Yeah,
the first play of the game?
First play of the game. I think a lot of quarterbacks just make the simple plays. You don't have to have the cannon and drop it into the smallest window. Make the easy plays. Then when you're needed to make big plays, make the big plays.
But then if you do that, they start calling you check down
Charlie. Check down Charlie. Well, guess what? I'm okay with that, especially if you're a backup quarterback.
By his numbers, he played, what was he, 5 for 9 last
Numbers wise, he was fine.
No, but I'm just like, if you look at his numbers for these 2 games, he's putting up good numbers, and he's leading you to drives. So, but they're not calling the same plays.
Exactly. Yeah, Quinn Ewers looked like he had a more diverse offense.
They're not calling the same plays. Because that was the first thing I told you yesterday. I was like, bro, you see this? Like,
Zach Wilson threw a lot of passes.
He threw a lot of passes in the first half, and there was only 9 carries by the Miami Dolphins rushing attack.
And I'll say this about the rushing attack. Jalen Wright, you got to start showing us something. It's time. Ollie Gordon II should get more reps. They're saying he's not getting a lot of reps in practice. He should this week get more reps in practice.
No more.
I have not seen a thing from Jalen Wright in these past year and a half.
You gotta take off those pull-ups.
4 yards, 4 carries.
Big man draws now.
I'll say that Ollie Gordon has looked better than Jalen Wright has looked pretty much throughout his time with the Dolphins in these 2 preseason games.
He checked 84 saying Jalen wrong. Like that's how he played yesterday. Dude, you giving him an extra yard. ESPN had him 4 carries, 3 yards. I'm going with the 0.8 yards a carry.
Either way is bad. I'm all for the competition at running back. And of course, quarterback, hopefully we don't have to worry about our backup quarterback situation. Hopefully we just continue on with Tua Tagovailoa being healthy. But
was there another person banged up too?
Ethan Bonner got banged up yesterday, hurt his leg, and it looked like a hamstring. So we're going to hear from Mike McDaniel next year in the press conference. Mike McDaniel has been more candid with the media this year than ever before. I don't know if that's part of the whole.
Well, I mean,
is that the whole culture, or is this
his ass is on the
feeling that heat? It's like, all right, look, I got to get real with you people.
No, he ain't feeling the heat. He's feeling the blaze. Like, you know what I'm saying? His ass is on the foreman, bro. Like, it's cooked. If they don't start off I was listening to Joe Rose and Jimmy Cephalo doing the game on my way to the station for the post game, and then Joe said something that was it wasn't hyperbole. This might be the most important first game in Miami Dolphins history in the last 20 years. They can't lose to the Colts.
If you lose to the Colts, you set a tone.
Forget about
the fan base. The fan base will be gone. Not every fan. No, the fair-weather fan will be gone.
No, you lose to the Colts.
I'm here for every game.
Week 2 against the Patriots. If you struggle in that first half and you start hearing boos at Hard Rock Stadium, yeesh.
If you lose to the Colts, and you struggled the first half against the Patriots, or you just barely beat the Patriots, and once again, I don't think the Patriots are as good as people are making them out to be. I also don't think they're horrible, but I do like that we get them early in the Mike Vrabel regime, because he probably won't have his footing as well as when we play him later in the season. You're probably going to see 2 different teams from the Patriots this year when you play them. The early Patriots and the later in the season Patriots that have their footing. But yeah, you do need to get off to somewhat of a decent start.
No. They got to get off to they can't be 1-3 or 0-4.
No.
At worst, they could be 2-2 with a loss to. I say you do lose to the Colts and you lose to the Bills, but you beat the Patriots, and the game that you can't lose is Monday night against the Jets.
Yeah,
that would be 3 years of Monday night games at home that you've lost to a team that many would say is a little inferior to you. Like, you're better than.
Yes.
You lost 2 times to the Titans, with one of them causing you home field advantage or a second seed in the playoffs. And last year they lost to the Titans.
Yes.
So
with Mason Rudolph.
Because Mayo got knocked out.
Will Levis.
Yeah, that's why I just call him Mayo, because he loves Mayo. Levis got knocked out and never been back, coincidentally.
He just had surgery, and Cam Ward is going to take his job.
Oh, Cam Ward already had the job, but I'm just saying, like, that the last game we saw Will Levis play was against the Miami Dolphins, which he hurt himself. But what I'm saying is, you cannot start the season with all the noise that we've been hearing throughout this training camp. They want to be aggressive. They don't want to be considered labeled soft anymore.
Leaders. They say that word.
They want leaders. They want accountability. That's great. But guess what? You still got to put a quicker letter on the left hand of the column.
An acceptable start for the Dolphins this year, from the fan base at least, is a
number
2-1 start where you would beat the Colts, you would beat the Patriots, and you lose to the Bills. Now,
if you lose, if you beat the Colts, Patriots, you lose to the Bills, beat the Jets 3-1. That's not a problem.
You're good.
But let me ask you this though: what if they start off 1-3 and that one win is against the Bills?
The Bills, yeah, I understand.
Then what happens then?
Well, you got the narrative that you can't beat the Bills off your back, but you also lost to what I'm guessing are not going to be good Colts and Patriots.
Jets or Patriots, right? Like that's what I'm saying. So they could beat the Bills, and then we're like, oh, they can knock that narrative that they could beat bad teams. They can't beat good teams, but they still could lose.
Exactly.
They're in like somebody said this. They're in a nasty situation because they're not bad, but they're not as good as the best teams in the NFL.
It's as simple as just win.
You're stuck in mid.
Just win. It's going to be game to game. They're going to have one game this year, like last year, the Rams, where they're going to look really good against a really good team. And you're going to say, we're back, baby. And then they're going to have one game last year, like the Tennessee Titans. We're going to play really bad and lose. And you're going to be like, we're the worst team in the NFL. You're going to have the highs and then you're going to have the lows. We're just going to have to ride them out. But yeah, starting 2-1 is very, very, very important for Mike McDaniel and this team's just psyche and the fans' psyche too. So, whew, man, dare I say 3-0? Oh, I'm not even going to get there. Let's get to the headlines real quick. ESPN's Mark Schlabach has the Hurricanes in the college football playoffs as a 9 seed playing the 8 seed Oregon in the first round, while Kyle Banagura has the team in as an 11 seed playing 6 seed Notre Dame. Neither of them have them advancing out of the first round of the playoffs.
So that's good to have the Canes in the playoffs.
That would mean you make the ACC championship game at least.
Oh, no, maybe not. They just think there's 3 teams from the ACC. That's
okay. 3 teams.
Yeah, they think SMU, Clemson, and Miami are the 3 teams.
We got to beat Clemson. We got to beat SMU too.
You beat SMU, you're in the ACC championship game.
I believe in this team
because Clemson. Yeah, many have Clemson versus Miami as the ACC title game.
Man, they have people. These guys have Clemson in the national. One of them has them in the national championship game.
They're very good.
They're that good.
They're not that good. They're very good. They got 80% of their return of all their starters from last year returning. Plus, Dabo went into the church's plate and started spending money on outside resources.
You got three transfers this year.
And they're really good transfers.
Really? He's got a great quarterback too.
They're not like Clemson's loaded.
Okay,
Clemson's loaded.
We'll see week 1 against LSU, my LSU Tigers. That's going to be on the 30th, August 30th. I'm excited about that day because I'm out at 26 Degree Brewing. They have their golf cart roundup. It's going to be like a big golf cart roundup thing, and I'll be emceeing and DJing.
You know what?
I'm just going to stick around and watch the LSU Clemson game on the TVs there.
I didn't go to the Mobb Deep concert that was at 26 Brewery, but I saw the video. I like it. It's outside.
Yeah, that's at Lincoln's Beer Brewery.
Yeah, Lincoln's Beer. Oh, you talking about
26 in Pompano Beach?
Oh, you in Pompano?
Yeah.
My bad.
No, that's all good.
I'll still come up there. That's
Lincoln's Beard is it's a cool place, man. They have a lot of hip hop. They're very, very, very tuned into the hip hop community over at Lincoln's Beard.
They need to have college game days and Dolphin watch parties out there.
That'd be nice. I'm down for whatever, man. Following a 24-17 win over the Lions, Coach Mike McDaniel says that Devon Achane will miss days to weeks with a soft tissue lower body injury.
And now we understand, Dan, that anytime you hear soft tissue lower body, you're very concerned because that athlete has to come back fully healthy.
We haven't seen Aaron Brewer yet this year because he's got that soft tissue lower body injury.
When you hear soft tissue, when you hear soft tissue lower body injury, that means one bad movement, and that could be
that's it
out for the year. Yep. Achilles or something else gets significantly damaged. So
we're going to hear from Mike McDaniel in the next segment because he talked after the game yesterday, kind of a synopsis of everything. But right now, let's get to more headlines. The Heat, they're going to sign Drew Smith to a 3-year, $7 million deal. The guard has missed most of the past 2 seasons with an ACL and Achilles injury. They also traded Haywood Highsmith and a 2032 second-round pick to the Nets in exchange for a 2026 second-round pick. The trade gets Miami under the luxury tax. So really, Haywood Highsmith, I hate to say it, was a salary dump.
Yeah, he was a money casualty.
He was a salary dump.
Money casualty. That's what he was.
Jimmy Butler's favorite replacement, too.
Just money casualty, man. He was that's going to be tough.
That was the year. That was the point of this. And Haywood Highsmith will always be tied to this. That was the moment you knew that last season was a throwaway. when they told Jimmy Butler he wasn't starting, it was for Haywood
Oh, and then he
Highsmith,
just
and he
walked
just
out.
walked out of practice. We got some guys that were at that practice too. Of course, they weren't inside; they were outside, and they were wondering what was going on. Like, why did Jimmy walk out first? And then they were like, "What's going on?" And then they heard, that's when we knew. That's when we knew. Rough outing for Cal Quantrill. Yesterday, going 3 2/3 innings, giving up 7 runs. But Augustin Ramirez hit a home run. Marlins, though, they did lose to the Red
Yo,
Sox
I
7
need
5.
y'all to help me out, man. Jesus, bro.
The Fish try to avoid a sweep today at 135. Our guy, Jansen Junk, gets the start. Counted as a W. We got this. Dealing junk. Messi returned with a goal and assist as Miami defeated the lowly defending MLS Cup winners, the LA Galaxy 3-1.
Did you see that pass he gave Suarez?
Man, he gave Suarez a gift.
Oh,
Messi was doing Messi things
no,
last night.
That was like, he's done. Is he only good for a half now?
Well, he's coming back from that lower body to soft tissue injury.
Another one.
Next up, Leagues Cup play. Quarterfinal Wednesday at 8 against Liga MX Tigres. That's a challenge right there. Tigres.
I wonder if they so that was probably it, get him in shape for the Leagues Cup game.
Yeah, because that's a quarterfinal right there. And Tigres is nothing to play with right there. We're gonna have Daniel Solano on at 3:20 today. He's gonna talk to us about everything that's going on with Dolphins, because we do want to keep it very Dolphin centric today, but also he's gonna give us our soccer updates on Messi, Leagues Cup, everything going on with MLS too. So that'll be cool. Some reports have Matthew Tkachuk missing 3 to 5 months with his injuries. He still has not decided on surgery for a torn abductor muscle and a sports hernia. Ooh, man. Opposing teams are nasty. The internet is nasty. And we'll do hashtag what's trending in a little while. But I mean, some people are like Toronto Maple Leafs fans and Carolina Hurricanes fans are just nasty about Matthew Tkachuk and his injuries and how we stowed him away last year and how we're going to probably stow him away again this year in the NHL. Who's getting rid of that rule where you can stow players away on the injury list and then bring them back for the playoffs? This is the last year you can do it. And you can probably bet your bottom dollar the Panthers are going to take advantage, and the rest of the hockey world is going to hate us. 2 NFL preseason games today at 1, Saints versus Jags. Of course, the Jags are the Dolphins' next opponent. Then at 8, it's Bills versus Bears. And of course, we played the Bears last week, so it's a good measuring stick if you're a Dolphins fan, if you want to watch those 2 games. Right now, let's take a step into the day spa. A zoo in Denmark has sparked outrage after asking citizens to donate their household pets so they can feed them to their cats, birds, and snakes of prey. That's disgusting. It's like Scruffles. You know, we want to help the local zoo out, so you can get eaten by a cougar.
I don't mind getting eaten by a cougar.
Should have used a better animal. Mike McDaniel is on the prowl. Hopefully he'll be prowling the sidelines for a long time for the Dolphins this season. Will have a lot to do with it. He spoke yesterday following the Dolphins' 24-17 victory over the Lions. What did he say? Oh, you might be very, very surprised. Talking about Quinn Ewers, talking about Zach Wilson, and a whole lot more. That's next here on Sports Day, 104.3 FM WQAM, Miami Sports Leader.
560 WQAM.
Very, very interesting preseason game for the Dolphins yesterday against the Lions. Were they tough enough? Yeah, they were tough enough. Fighting in the trenches, making big plays. That's not what everyone's talking about. Everyone's talking about the quarterback, the running back, the competition, and all the good stuff that's happening, and some of the bad stuff, like some of the injuries that seem to be nagging this team and holding us back, and also looming question marks with those injuries. Mike McDaniel spoke after the game yesterday on a myriad of topics, including the ones that are hot right now. The hottest one of them all, the quarterback controversy. Mike McDaniel, is there a quarterback controversy? He explains.
Well, I'm definitely not going to overreact to results, considering I talk about the process all the time. So I would be, speaking against my own. But I think the biggest thing is that guys, you find things to see if guys can improve upon. Both those guys have done a great job, and Tua has led the way. So I'm not concerned about that at all. I think the most important thing is that we continue to improve and always do what's best for the team when push comes to shove. So guys are going to keep working, and we need them to have their best next week.
So Mike McDaniel saying it's a process, but if the process continues to go the way it does, where they're saying that Zach Wilson and Quinn Ewers are pretty much on an even keel, you're still probably going to get Zach Wilson to be your starting quarterback for experience reasons, because Quinn Ewers, that's one of those things. He does not have a lot of experience, if any, really. So you throw him out there, you might say, oh, no, but he's the better quarterback. Yeah, but... So right now, there is no quarterback controversy, at least when it comes to the coaches. It seems like the process has deemed that Zach Wilson will be the backup quarterback to Tua Tagovailoa. Now, for those that want Quinn Ewers to be the backup quarterback, I can understand your case. For the few people that are out there saying that Quinn Ewers is the best quarterback on the team and should take over for Tua Tagovailoa, hold your horses, I guess I would say to that, Vlad. That's a little bit too anxious, a little bit too antsy.
Man, I'm going at it with this guy named nobody talked about Tua. Tua hasn't been mentioned at all today.
Until just now.
I'm just mentioning him now because the first thing this guy texts, QAM needs to stop covering for the quarterbacks. I'm like, when did we say anything about? Have we ever? You know me. I don't cover for no Tua. That ain't my team. We just give fair criticism. So when he's there to be criticized, you criticize him. When he's there to be loved and give him props, you give him the props. So the fact of the matter is, when you're thinking about all these other positions that need to be
addressed,
the one position you don't have to worry about is your quarterback.
Look, you saw last year, Tua exponentially gives us a better chance to win.
Listen, if he's not your favorite quarterback,
that's fine.
But you know what? Name me another. You know what? Okay, cool. Y'all want Tua gone? Give me another quarterback right now. Give me another quarterback that's not on another roster. Because you're not going to get Joe Burrow. You're not going to get Mahomes. You're not going to get Allen. Name your quarterback. Numbnuts. Name me another one. Name your quarterback.
So there is no quarterback controversy when it comes to the coaching staff. The fans, hey, we can talk about it all day long. One thing that I loved yesterday, the defense. I like the rookie Kenneth Grant. I'm hearing a lot of good things from him. Mike McDaniel spoke about the D getting those good reps yesterday.
To get all those reps is invaluable, just because not only is it the situation in the moment of truth, but then everybody learns from it in the film room. So, those are particularly with how Dan likes to do it, super aggressive, that you're looking for those moments of intensity and pressure situations to see how people respond.
There you go. Got to get those reps. So important, especially for those guys that are on the second and third team and trying to make the team. We know a lot of these guys are going to be good. Kenneth Grant, you want to get some run just so you can get experience in game speed, being a rookie and stuff like that. But he looked good in the practice. We saw some really great plays from Storm Duck. First of all, you didn't even hear his name, which is good as a cornerback. You don't hear your name, you're good. You're doing a great job.
Jameson Williams and Amon-Ra St. Brown were playing.
Yes, that is also true, but you're getting the reps in there. You're getting some good. I thought the defense looked tough, it looked strong. Now, hopefully we can get some of the guys back on this defense and get them starting. I think that front seven is going to be a force to be reckoned with, and that'll only help out everybody else on the team, especially the secondary. But the better you are on defense, the more offensive chances you get. So that front seven, and And the linebacking core is strong. So that might be the strength of this team this year. I wouldn't be opposed to that at all.
Your front seven?
Yeah.
Yeah.
On defense. Might be the strength of the team. And hopefully
I don't think the word might should even be used.
Still preseason, you know.
No, I think the strength of your team is
your front seven.
The front seven. More so than your skill position players.
Yeah.
Because guess what? On the offensive side, I think people are starting to look a little down on the Dolphins offense. And I don't know why. Maybe because they're not too sure about the offensive line. People thinking Tyreek's going to take a dip this season.
I mean, if you're a gambling community, they definitely think he's
Devon Achane being out and not knowing the severity of his injury kind of puts this offense in limbo. You don't have Jonnu Smith anymore. You're hoping that Darren Waller, gets into some type of.
Connor Tanner had a good game yesterday. I'm scared that we're going to have to use him more than we thought we were going to have to use him this year. I'm starting to believe that a little bit more. But nonetheless, speaking of guys getting in, taking advantage of the opportunities, getting those reps, Mike McDaniel happy that happened yesterday.
Reps is invaluable just because not only is it the situation in the moment of truth, but then everybody learns from it in the film room. So, those are particularly with, how Dan likes to do it, super aggressive, that you're looking for those moments of intensity and pressure situations to see how people respond.
So just continuing to evaluate, that's what Mike McDaniel, those guys are doing. It looks like had some guys that have really stood out this preseason in 2 games. Like I said, I think the rookie, Kenneth Grant, first-round pick, 13th overall, has been fantastic. Jonah Savianaya, he has looked like a rookie, which that's fine. That's totally good. And then, of course, Ollie Gordon, the second, one of the other rookies, has looked very impressive as a running back. Other than that, Quinn Ewers had a good game yesterday. He looks like he's really good on the run. Zach Wilson looks more comfortable. It's good to get those guys going. Now let's get to those injuries. On both sides of the ball, Devon Achane got some injuries. Zach Sealer dealing with some injuries. Mike McDaniel expounded on that.
Nothing from the last time we spoke. We're gonna get back in town and kind of better assess the time frames between days and weeks, but not too long. So both of them are we're gonna reassess when we get back to Miami, but I'm not concerned for what you're concerned about.
Okay, so there you go. Got to feel better about that, Vlad. That last sentence that he said right there, not concerned what you're concerned about. Mike McDaniel basically telling you we don't have to reveal injuries in preseason, and don't freak out. I know you're a little bit worried about the soft tissue lower body injuries and the days and weeks that could possibly be coming for Achane and Sealer, but Mike McDaniel at the end telling you without telling you, I'm not concerned what you're concerned about. So I think we're okay. I hope we're okay. Are we okay?
I don't think so.
I think it's just precautionary.
Okay. But if anything with lower leg, bro, I don't mess with it.
All right.
Lower level, your lower body, I'm not messing with it.
Speaking of lower body, Mike McDaniel got a little deeper into the Achane injury, and also the secondary. Ethan Bonner looked like he took a little dip yesterday with an injury.
Okay.
Well, so it's a soft tissue lower body that's not severe, semi-preventative, but kind of tricky for timelines. Yeah, it was if it was a situation where he could have, if we had a regular season game, it would have been a very different situation. I think but there's nothing severe going on. Appears to be hamstring. Don't know the severity. We'll check that out when we get back.
All right, I'm starting to feel a little bit better. Achane, it's sounding more and more like it's preventative. And like you said, it is touch and go. It can be days, it can be weeks. I think it's more of a preventative thing. Ethan Bonner, he definitely pulled his hamstring yesterday. If you saw it, and if you were watching the game, he definitely pulled up and his hamstrings hurt. How much was he going to make a difference this year in the secondary? Well, we need all the bodies we can get. He's been with the team for a while. Some people are saying he's going to kind of step it up this year. Man, by the end of the season, Vlad, are we going to have anybody in the secondary, or are we just going to blitz all 11 guys and hope to get to the quarterback?
Nah, I think it's the thing. I think the Dolphins know the players that they want from other teams. I think film is being watched, film is being sent. They know who they want to target that last Tuesday when the roster has to be shortened to 53. So, to their final roster. So they know the guys that they want to sign, guys that they want to put on practice squads. They have a list.
There's probably about right now in limbo of whether they're going to make the team or not make the team. Probably 5 guys, 6 guys that they're kind of still evaluating.
Every team knows who is making the roster. Like they know 45, the 45 players that are making the roster. It's about the 8,
5, 6, 7, 8 guys,
8 that can make the final 53. And then
other cuts and other teams,
and then the couple of players that you might want to try to stash in the practice squad, and hopefully that no other team
will pillage
and sign them. That's all. But they know what their team is.
Yeah, they know for the most part what their team is. They have that little wiggle room in there of a couple of players that they can either sign, don't sign, practice squad, do all that other great stuff. But are you refreshed that Mike McDaniel's been a little more? What would be the word? Straightforward with with
is he straightforward? Because he's still giving you gibberish at times.
Yeah, but he's not sitting there.
No, what it is, what I didn't realize about Mike McDaniel? If you press him about something that he doesn't like, he'll give you a straight answer.
Okay.
Notice the Jalen Ramsey. Anytime you asked him about the Jalen Ramsey situation, that was the first time in the history of Mike McDaniel responses to the media that it was a 15 to 20-second cut.
Well, maybe he's also growing as a coach. No, which we've asked him for a long time to do.
No, because I just heard we played a cut right now, and it was just on the quarterback competition, and he was just saying Mike McDaniel gibberish.
Well, I'll give you just a synopsis of what Mike McDaniel said. We don't have a quarterback competition going on. It's a process. The D's getting good reps. They're going to probably be the strength of this team, especially the front 7. Guys are taking advantage. I like to get a lot of stuff on tape. And Achane, Sealer, and Bonner are dealing with some injuries that probably aren't that serious, more precautionary. Mike McDaniel, we got you covered, man. Thank you. In a roundabout way.
Right. Well, that's you. You could say that in less than 30 seconds, but he's going to take a minute and 50 just in, I'm like, come on, bro. But you asked him about Jalen Ramsey. I'm only going to coach the guys that are here that want to be here. I was like, whoa, look at that. This guy got go. He speaks fluent. He can talk.
To move on.
Hey, he can talk in one breath. Okay, I see that. Cool.
Mike McDaniel wants to move on from some things. Therefore,
but when
give you the roundabout, doesn't give you the runaround. Up next, going to run around the internet. A little hashtag what's trending here on 560 WQAM and 104.3 FM WQAM, Miami sports leader. Time to do some hashtag what's trending here on Sports Day 104.3 WQAM, where we take it to the internet, see what the world is talking about in the sports world. I am at Dan Day Radio. He is at Vlad2078. Of course, everyone talking about the Dolphins in the South Florida area and talking about those quarterbacks. Armando Salguera, he writes, and he has a picture and a video of Quinn Ewers throwing a touchdown pass. He went from making up his mind to delivering the ball in a blink. I remember a Dolphins Hall of Fame QB who had a quick delivery. Not saying Quinn Ewers is like any past Dolphins quarterback, but that was a super quick delivery.
Armando, relax.
Talking about Quinn Ewers.
Armando, relax.
Saying just quick delivery. Not saying he's like any quarterback of the past, but just a quick delivery.
Armando needs to relax.
Jake at Finn Central put the Dolphins really might have gotten a steal in the 5th round with defensive tackle Jordan Phillips. He had himself another great performance in his 2nd NFL game. Jordan Phillips did look pretty good yesterday. I will admit that. He's part of that front 7. I think that once again is the strength of this team. And mostly Miami Dolphins at Steve Summers 305 put this will be on the elevator doors, and it's the game clinching interception yesterday that was pretty electric, you have to admit. Ethan Robinson, when he called game, Miami Dolphins even put up a clip saying Ethan Robinson calls game. That was a very impressive interception, by the way, Vlad. You and I were both in awe of that for the most part.
Dude, Lions are trying to drive to tie the game, and then you make a play. And they were close. They were within the red zone, and he made the play. I mean, that's a play that's going to stand out. That's the play that people are going to watch film when either tomorrow or Tuesday. They're going to see that kid made the game-sealing play, the game-clinching play. So, yeah.
He might have made a team. If he didn't,
that might have made it. That one play might have made the team. He might have made the team.
Ethan Robinson may have made the Dolphins with that play. He definitely made a roster at some point, somewhere in this league, just simply with that play, because that is a big-time play right there. ESPN bet, they're high on Quinn Ewers, as a lot of people are. A real strong showing for Quinn Ewers in the Dolphins preseason win. 11 for 17, 116 yards, 2 touchdown passes. He also led another drive for a field goal. So a lot of people talking about Quinn Ewers, a lot of people talking about the big interception yesterday. You're going to get a whole lot of that. You're going to get a whole lot of that from the Miami Dolphins. And the great connection between Quinn Ewers and Theo Weiss Jr. shined in today's pregame BR Gridiron put. Dolphins duo went off, and the connection for 2 touchdowns. Yeah, those two do look like Theo Weiss and Quinn Ewers do look like they are pretty locked in, and every quarterback has their favorite, has their go-to guy, and that seems to be their go-to guy.
When you're both trying to make the roster and you're trying to get as many reps as you can, you're going to practice with you're going to throw the ball. He needs to throw the ball as a quarterback, son, and he needs to catch the balls as a wide receiver. So guess what? Hey, so want to be friends?
Yeah, hey, let's. You help me, I help you. We're good.
Want to be friends?
We're good.
You want to be friends, Quinn? Sure. Sure, Wise. Let's go.
We've talked about the quarterback controversy. Now the Polymarket Football at Polymarket Blitz. They get into the running back controversy. It says Dolphins running backs this preseason. Here are their stats. Jalen Wright, 13 touches, 19 yards. Ollie Gordon, the second, 21 touches, 131 yards.
Wait, so far this training
preseason, camp? Yeah.
Yes.
This preseason games. Now, we don't know what's going on exactly in camps. We'd have to get deeper into the weeds. But, yeah, so far, it does look like Ollie Gordon the second is having a better preseason. We can honestly say that.
Yes.
Honestly say that. So, got a lot of good Dolphin stuff going on. Have you seen anything in the world that's trending that you like, Vlad, that's gotten you excited?
Actually, I left my phone.
You actually left your phone?
Yeah, so I can't.
Well, you know it's always trending.
Oh, I'm going to tell you what's trending sports-wise. UFC last night. I saw a title fight where the challenger just totally dominated the champion. That was nasty work yesterday. In what was it? UFC 3, it's either 318 or 319. It was a pretty good event. A lot of elbows knocking out. Yeah, spinning elbows. Bang! Splitting guys' melons, man. It was great. It was great.
Of course, the social media world goes wild when Messi does anything, especially when he has.
Oh, no, that pass was ridiculous.
Suarez, 433 at 433 says, this Messi assist is ridiculous.
That is
just a video of him doing it over and over and over again.
Every angle you see that pass is ridiculous. Shout out to Kamzat Shayamev. He beat world champion DDP, the
Oh.
middleweight champion DDP. So now he's the new middleweight champion. But it was a good event. Good event UFC wise. Other things going on. Well, I mean, locally down here, obviously we're talking Dolphins, but there were a couple of games yesterday in the NFL. We saw Dylan Gabriel. He had a good performance. Yeah, he had a good performance against the Eagles.
Yeah.
And he was making a comment, and everybody thought he made a comment taking a slight at Shador, and it wasn't really a shot at Shador. It was just like all the media circus that's involved with the Cleveland Browns.
If you want to listen to what's going on in the media, you got Jackson Dart being the greatest quarterback of all time up there in New York Giants, man. Talking about him being the greatest of all time, it seems like. We shall see. MLS even tweeted out Messi's magical goal, number 19 on the year. Messi has 19 goals in this season, man, at 38 years old.
So
that's unbelievable.
I mean, he's still good.
No, absolutely.
That would be like me saying, oh my God, LeBron's averaging 24 at age 41. Yeah, he's still good.
Man, Messi Mania at M10 update. Get these stats. Messi is now 25 goals away from 900 career goals and 11 assists away from 400 assists. Which do you think he's hitting first? I'm going to go with the assists.
Wait, how many away from 900?
25 from 900.
And
only
how many
11
assists?
11
Oh, come on. He's going to get the assist before the goal.
Come on, man. Come on, man. Come on, man. Oh, Stop That Messi at Stop That Messi with 3 eyes. It has a cool picture of Yamal going like this, and then over the top, inverted, another picture of Messi doing like this.
La Liga started yesterday.
Yeah, so Premier League started Friday. Whoo! They had a great...
Yeah, their schedule now is Friday and Monday.
They had a cracker against Liverpool and Bournemouth. Liverpool got up 1-0, got up 2-0. Then Bournemouth came back and tied it 2-2. Then Liverpool scored 2 late goals, including a Salah goal, Mohamed Salah goal, to win 4-2. It looked like they ran away from them, but they did not. That was a crazy game. So a lot of exciting stuff. It's just fun, man. Messi worldwide just gets so much different, so much love. But man, almost not. He could most likely will finish his career because we're expecting him to sign maybe a 3-year contract with Inter Miami. 900 goals, 400 assists career-wise. That is absolutely wonderful. Quinn Ewers. Okay, so social media wants Quinn Ewers to be the next Dan Marino. Wants Lamine Yamal to be the next Messi.
He could.
And right now I'm getting Mark Hochman showing pictures of his Aperol Spritz.
I'm sick of these. All they talk about is damn food, bro.
Marlins starting lineup: Xavier Edwards, Augustin Ramirez, Otto Lopez, Herberto Hernandez, Javier Sanjo, Dane Myers, Joey Weimer, Eric Wagaman, Derek Hill, and of course on the mound, Jansen Junk. Do you follow the Marlins on social media?
No.
Okay, I follow Inter Miami, the Marlins, all that good stuff.
No.
I wonder, is anybody saying anything about Haywood Highsmith? What would you expect?
Hey, man, it was nice knowing you, bro.
Haywood Highsmith. Let's see.
I wonder this, though. If he didn't get hurt, is that trade still happening?
They had to make the money, right?
Yeah, that trade's still happening.
Yeah,
right?
it's still happening.
Okay.
No matter what, it's happening. Brooklyn Netcast getting high. It says Haywood Highsmith is a real fun defender.
He doesn't move the needle, bro. He's a good guy, good player, but he doesn't move the needle.
Had to do what you had to do for the most
part.
No,
listen, if you're gonna save $5 million and get under the apron, then that's good.
You signed Drew Smith. Is anybody excited about Drew Smith?
I'm not.
Haven't seen him in 2 years.
Yeah, really. Hey, man, listen. I'm not knocking Drew Smith. If you're able to get a contract 3 years, $7 million for not playing for being injured, shout out to you.
Some people are trolling. Said Pat Riley didn't want to trade Haywood Highsmith for Kevin Durant. Yeah, please have him banished. He was kept out of the trade, for better or for worse. Trade offer. I don't think we're ever all that serious with the trade offer anyway. But nonetheless, so all right, Quinn Ewers. That's our big thing today. So we'll see how that ends up. Because we got another game that is going to be Saturday. It's a 7:00 kickoff at night. I wish it was. I know it's too hot in South Florida. I still personally, I would like a 1:00 kickoff. I like these 1:00 games, but
are we on next Sunday?
Next Sunday, I would say yes.
Okay.
I would say yes, we are. I'd have to check all the schedules. Damn, man, Buddy Guy is also, I see a video of Buddy Guy. He is moving in slow motion. He is 89 years old, though. So he's drinking cognac and playing guitar at the same time. That's pretty darn good. It's pretty darn good, bud. Drinking cognac alone is challenging, much less drinking cognac and playing guitar. Do you drink cognac?
Of course.
Do you like cognac?
Not when it's hot outside. I ain't gonna hold you.
Because some people, they like things. They eat or drink things because it's part of their culture, but they don't exactly like it.
No, listen, I don't like Hennessy. I really hate Hennessy.
Like,
but it's part of the culture, so I gotta drink it.
Like Alizé. I mean, Alizé
that was back
rough,
in the day.
man.
That was back in the
Alizé is
day.
rough, bro.
But
I don't think
Hennessy, bro,
do they sell Alizé anymore?
I don't know.
I don't know.
I don't know. If they do, I would tell them not to.
But because Tupac rapped about it, I had to drink it.
Dude, every rap was all about Hennessy, dude. The same way everybody, like when Rockefeller came out, they telling us to drink Belvedere. Belvedere was drinking gas. Unleaded. It was pure gas. But hey, all the artists were singing about it, rapping about it. So then, yeah, you want to be part of it. Come on, man.
Yeah, I give anything a try.
Nah, bro. Like I'm sorry. Listen. I love my culture. I love my peoples and everything. But in all reality, Hennessy was not good. Okay,
it's a French drink. No, Cavassier is the French drink.
Cavassier, and that was another one. It's like, oh, come on,
you hear the song "Pass the Cavassier." You're like, oh,
Jesus Christ, bro! If you really, give me my bumper quit, I'll be happy, bro. Give me my little rum, I'll be good, bro. But the Hennessy, you got straight Hennessy face. You know what I mean? Hennessy messes up your sound decision making.
I would guess, yeah.
You're up for anything.
You're obviously up for anything. You're drinking Hennessy straight.
Hey, you want to jump out? Hey, yeah, I could jump out of the
skydive.
The fifth. Yeah, I could jump out. I could skydive off a 10-floor building. Of course, let's do it.
Okay, no Hennessy. No Hennessy for me tonight. At least. Not tonight.
Bro. No, Hennessy's not. No. Don't listen, kids. If you're listening right now, don't get peer pressured by your friends if they tell you need to drink Hennessy. Don't drink it. Take it from Uncle Vlad.
Tua Tagovailoa did something yesterday that was very interesting to me. Maybe if you weren't paying attention, you didn't realize what he was doing or saying, but I kind of caught him. We're going to talk
about that. Did you get the clip?
We're going to talk about that next here on Sports Day on 560 and 104.3 FM WQAM Miami Sports Leader. Sports Day on 560 WQAM and 104.3 FM WQAM, Miami sports leader. I am Dan Day. Hit me up on all the social medias at Dan Day Radio, Twitter, Instagram, Facebook, TikTok. Maybe one day OnlyFans. We'll have to wait and see. My cousin Vladimir Lewisson is at Vlad2078. Little Clips music going on right now. Earlier this week, Vlad went to the Clips concert down in South Beach. Said it was a great time. I was watching the Clips. Pardon the pun, watching the clips of the Clips on your YouTube, on Twitch yesterday, or whatever the hell you use for social media. Instagram.
IG?
Instagram. Yeah, I was looking at the clips of the Clips.
Shit, that was one of the best concerts I went to in the last 3-5 years. Let me give a shout out to someone who, Daniel Valdez. I hope I'm saying your name right. He was at the Clips concert. I just got back from, using the boys' room, and somebody comes out and yells, "Hey, he's the only Knicks fan I respect down here." I was like, wait, what? And I was like, oh, you listen to the show? It's like, what's your name? Said his name, Daniel. Showed a lot of love and appreciation. And I appreciated that. So shout out to Daniel. Great concert, bro.
I believe it.
Great concert. They did 10 of the 13 tracks from the album.
Wow, they're knocking it out.
Yeah. And they went back to some of their classics from their previous albums. Hell Hath No Fury. And yeah, man, it was a great weekend. Pharrell made a feature. He came out. So great concert. Didn't go to Mobb Deep on Friday, and I'm still trying to go to the Cash Money.
Oh, yeah, man. I've seen those advertisements all over the place.
Today. I just want to see all my favorite groups. So the Locks are performing. Locks and State Property are performing.
I didn't know Locks were still a thing.
Locks is always a thing, bro. Locks is, come on, man. That might be the greatest rap group of all time.
Okay, there you go.
Might be.
Well, I was very
fun. It was fun.
I was very interested yesterday as I was watching on our local station, CBS 4, coverage of the Dolphins game. They cut away Mike Cunio, sports director. I want to say at W4. He was talking with Tua Tagovailoa and, asking him about some stuff. And then he goes, "I've heard, you in the relationship with Tyreek Hill, and I was wondering where it was going to go. Has gotten better, and that you guys are really getting along, and that you're enjoying this offseason." And Tua gave a Mike McDaniel, him and Hahn answer like, "Well, we're working every day." He didn't go, "Yeah, we're getting along." And he goes, "Well, we're working every day at our relationship, and Tyreek's a different dude." And And I immediately, ears went up like, ping. Wait a second. He did not say what I'm guessing what Mike Cunio thought he was going to say, which was, "Oh, yeah, man, we're really good friends." Or maybe Mike was poking the bear a little bit, but I don't know if you caught it yesterday. If you were watching, text in 305-567-056 here. You can jump on the YouTube or Twitch. Did you find it a little odd and offsetting, the answer Tua gave yesterday? Because it wasn't a kumbaya, "Oh yeah, he's a great guy. He said, we're continuing to work on our relationship." And, and he even said, "Tyreek's a different guy." A lot of like, nah, I don't know if we're exactly arm in arm and, hugging it out all the time. It's like, it's kind of a work in progress. And I think that's one of those things. Tua's being more honest.
They're sick of each other.
I'll be honest.
Just it gets to a point after time.
I don't know everything, but I do have a feeling there is still a little bit of contention between those two.
I think it's sometimes a relationship gets to an expiration date.
I think Tua's done with it. I think the team is starting to get done with it. Tyreek Hill, like, enough is enough
of his antics.
You've had your good grace. You had your run of the mill, your run of the house. I no more. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, everybody, it's cute, it's fun. And then finally one day you get to be like, no. And I think that's it. And Tyreek might go out there and have another 1,800-yard season, and we'll be right back where we started. But I think for right now, the team has kind of decided, all right, enough's enough. The expiration date has hit. And like I said, Tua doesn't even lie anymore. He doesn't sit there and say, "Oh yeah, we apologize." He says, like, it's a work in progress, and he's a different guy. And you heard even when he was talking about we don't need to be running. Tyreek Hill was talking about we don't need to be running Devon Achane on short yardage because he's not big enough and strong enough.
I mean, he's right though.
And Devon Achane goes, "Tyreek gonna Tyreek. That's it." And like, it wasn't this, none of this. Like, it was straight up like, we're all accountable now. Like, no, he's gonna be who he is. I'm not gonna sugarcoat it and be all sweet and nice.
So then let me ask you this. Is he just sick and tired of Mike McDaniel's message then?
Who's sick and tired?
Tyreek.
No, I think just everybody's tired of Tyreek.
Right, but then it's just if you're saying that somebody's not, if everybody else is bunkered down and following the message or following the path of whatever Mike McDaniel set, and then you have a guy who's saying, I don't even know why we're putting Devon Achane on third goal situation, short yard situations. The same way they throw in the fade passes to midgets. So to short people, short-sized players. Is it just that maybe he's just sick and tired of the Mike McDaniel coaching or word? Because sometimes the word starts falling on deaf ears.
I think it was this. And once again, I don't have any insight other than from what I've gathered. And once again, I'm a very observant individual. Tyreek Hill doesn't exactly like Mike McDaniel's message, but the last guy that didn't like Mike McDaniel's message and couldn't stand him and made it very obvious that he couldn't stand him is now playing in Pittsburgh. And that guy's name is Jalen Ramsey. Tyreek Hill now has realized you either get with the program or you get the hell out of here. And I don't think Tyreek Hill has made up his mind yet, to be honest with you, Vlad. I could see Tyreek Hill going for 2,000 yards this year. I could also see Tyreek Hill within 3 games sitting on the sidelines and getting his ass traded somewhere. And I don't think Tyreek Hill's made up his mind. I think Tyreek Hill's waiting to see. That's why I say he is the most important player on this team this year, because if he checks out, you are in a world of trouble. If he checks in, everything starts falling into place. That's my barometer for the team. And now I've been asking the pre-games and the post-games, who are you looking for? What's this? And everybody's like, oh, the health of Tua is the most important thing. That it is. It is extremely important. But man, if things get bad enough for Tyreek Hill to check out on this team, that means your team is done.
Is it?
Done.
Is it?
No, I'm saying things are bad enough. If they start off bad enough for Tyreek Hill to check out,
things could be good and he'll check out. He's going to check out regardless.
Keep your eye on Tyreek Hill. A happy Tyreek Hill with big numbers
Dolphins
is a good Dolphin.
No.
I disagree.
Dolphins could be 4-1, and Tyreek's not involved in the offense heavily. He might not be putting the numbers, but they're winning. There's a good vibe. He's going to cause disruption. He can get the numbers. Dolphins, from what I expect from them early on the season, I expect them to be in a lot of shootouts. I expect if the defense doesn't
what are you going to need in a shootout?
If the defense doesn't get to the opposing team's quarterback and they start carving up that secondary, you're gonna rely on that offense to keep the team in games.
And you're going to need your best receiver.
Right. But what happens if he's getting those great numbers? He's catching 8 receptions for 130. They're putting up numbers, but they're losing. Then what?
Once again, you're in trouble.
So, therefore, you're going to have to go with the lesser of two evils. If he's going to be upset and they're winning, then he's going to have to be upset with them and winning. If he's putting up numbers and they're losing, he's going to be upset that they're losing, even though he's putting up the big numbers.
Once again, like I said, Tyreek Hill's happy. Your team should be happy. Tyreek Hill is upset. Your team is probably not in a good place. So I'm saying keep an eye on Tyreek Hill. You always have to keep eyes on Tyreek Hill, but I just think that the team has gone to this point saying, all right, enough's enough now. Let's just play football. And Tyreek Hill has said a lot of things right. Also, we haven't seen him in this preseason, and you probably won't. Although they're expecting a lot more starters in Game 3 against the Jags this coming Saturday. I'm keeping an eye on Tyreek Hill. Of course, Tua's health, very important. I understand that. But to me, the barometer, what I guess would go hand in hand with Tyreek Hill and Tua Tagovailoa, because we know Tua gives us a vastly better chance of winning games. You're not going to win 11 games with Zach Wilson or Quinn Ewers, despite what the internet says about Quinn Ewers. Next Dan Marino. That's what they're saying. So some people are saying. I warned you that this was going to happen, Vlad. Didn't I warn you? When we drafted Quinn Ewers, I said, oh my God. And I even put up a clip.
But that's because I'm dealing with this scumbag over here in the threads, right? Clearly he has no clue about anything. He say, I'm simping for Tua.
I don't think you've ever stood up for Tua.
Who's my team?
You like the Jets.
Okay. Do I ever defend you guys?
Oh, you keep it real.
I keep it real. So I don't even know why scum nuts is talking over here. You know what I'm saying? So he clearly doesn't know what he's talking about.
Oh man, let's get some headlines real quick. Following the 24-17 win over the Lions, Coach Mike McDaniel said Devon Achane will miss days to weeks with a soft tissue lower body injury. He also says Zach Sealer, his days to weeks. And of course, Ethan Bonner in the secondary, he most likely pulled a hamstring. So typical stuff, although it did sound optimistic. Mike McDaniel saying it's more precautionary stuff than anything. Remember, we're worried about Chop Robinson. He got carted off the other day, and we thought, oh no. And they're like, oh, I'll be fine. Like, oh, we heard this before. And then he came back and practiced the next day. So hopefully a lot of precautionary stuff right now for our Miami Dolphins. We'll see. ESPN, they got a couple of projections for this upcoming college football season. All the projections that they put out have the Miami Hurricanes going to the first round of the playoffs, but not winning in the first round of the playoffs.
And then so in the first of the headlines, you said that one publication had Miami as a 9 seed
against 8 seed
Oregon. Wouldn't that be an interesting matchup?
Yeah, Mario Cristobal
against his former team.
But then the other one has them as an 11 seed playing a 6 seed Notre Dame.
All right, so then let me ask you a question. Did we win game 1?
Probably not, because we'd be 11 seed. They'd be a 6 seed.
No, you could win game 1 and then
I'm just saying.
Yeah, that's weird. So I put it this way, that's interesting matchups if either one of those happen, but we'll see. Hey man, I just realized we're 2 weeks away.
2 weeks from today.
2 weeks. We literally 2 weeks away.
2 weeks from today, 7:30, right here, 104.3.
The pregame show is gonna start
3:00.
No, the pregame show starts tomorrow.
Oh yeah, no pregame show. Well, we're gonna be on from noon to 3, so that'll be like the pregame show.
Then we're gonna be on noon to 3
yeah,
and 3:30.
Nope, 3. Give you an extra 30 minutes.
Oh, so they're doing a 4.5 hour.
Yep. So you and I will be on noon to 3 talking nothing but Miami Hurricanes.
That's great, because
then they're going to be on 4.5 hours of pregame.
That gives me nothing but time to get ready. To get ready to
So you're gonna just literally on the 31st, just turn on and tune in, drop out, and enjoy football season beginning.
Are we on Labor Day too?
I have not heard yet.
Yeah, I think we are. Somebody needs to talk about the good game.
No,
the Canes win.
If no one else does, I'll be here for sure. I will be here. Yeah. Labor Day. Okay. The Heat, they did sign Drew Smith to a 3-year, $7.9 million deal. The guard has missed the past 2 seasons with an ACL, then an Achilles injury. The team's always been very high on Drew Smith. They also had to trade Haywood Highsmith and a 2032 second-round pick. I don't know how that works. To the Nets in exchange for a 2026 second-round pick. Trade gets them under the luxury tax. Also, that pick that they get from the Nets expected to be in the top 55, if that means anything to you in that second round. Rough outing for Cal Quantrill, going 2 2/3 innings yesterday, giving up 7 runs. Augustin Ramirez hit a home run, but it was not enough as the Marlins fell to the Red Sox 7-5. The Fish about to get back into action as Jansen Junk takes the mound for Miami as we try to salvage a game from this series. Team kind of slumping a little bit right now, hitting a rough patch. Wait and see. Messi, he had a little rough injury, probably a hamstring, lower body soft tissue injury. He came back. He's Messi, a goal and a wonderful assist to Luis Suarez, El Pistolero, as Inter Miami defeated the lowly defending MLS Cup winners, the LA Galaxy, 3-1. Next up, Leagues Cup quarterfinal Wednesday at 8 o'clock against Liga MX Tigres. I would go to that game if I weren't working, though, man. I love these Leagues Cup games because you got the rivalry with the United States team versus the Mexico team, and they want to, and both leagues are trying to show off that they're the powerful league, and it just gets a lot of fun. And you get everybody's best game because it's a game that they get to play up against Messi, Luis Suarez, Rodrigo de Paul, stuff like that, man. They get fired up, so it's exciting times. Some reports have Matthew Tkachuk missing 3 to 5 months with his injuries. He still has not decided on surgery yet for the torn abductor muscle and the sports hernia. I wonder what's going on with that. Why is the decision taking so long to decide whether he wants to get the surgery or not?
Who, Matthew?
Yeah. Are they trying to stow him away like they did last year?
Nah, they're not going to let them do that. Dog.
No, this is the last year the league's changing the rule.
Okay.
This year. This is
well,
the last
then if
year.
you got one more year to utilize it, use it.
Yeah. That might be, and that's going to lead to the internet and opposing teams fans saying that we're dirty. And I understand where they're coming from, but rules are rules, and Matthew Tkachuk is legitimately hurt, and we know
But
that.
I think more so it's about the Team USA.
I
And,
think he
and
wants
is
to-
Bill Zito part of Team USA, the general man in picking the players and everything like that? Because I know he was part of the whatchamacallit, last season, the tournament that they had during the All-Star break. He was the Four Nations face-off. He was the general manager, I believe, the U.S. team. So I don't know if he's involved with the Olympic team, but that's a serious conversation that needs to be held. And if Matthew wants to be in the Olympics, and that's probably the only thing he hasn't won any type
what
of.
they were saying is if he has the surgery now, he'll be ready for the Olympics. He'll be back for the Olympics.
But then why wouldn't he have the surgery then?
That's why I'm not understanding why not have the surgery.
It's gotta be something.
There's something holding it up.
Something's holding it. I think if he has the surgery, it's gonna be the rehab process.
We just don't know what's going on.
So he's probably trying to see if he can go through another season where he doesn't have to have surgery and then probably have the surgery after.
Man, with a torn abductor and a sports hernia, though, man, that's a long season.
Okay, so Bill Guerin's the Team USA manager.
Okay,
shout out to Trevor.
So got a couple of preseason games going on right now. The Saints and the Jaguars are 0-0 in the first, and at 8:00 you get the Bills and the Bears. If you want to go to Premier League, Arsenal, they're up 1-0 on Man U in the 90th minute. Want to go somewhere else? Let's go to the day spa. A woman caused a stir when last Sunday at a family dinner, she stood up and announced to everyone at the table that she could not stand her mother-in-law's cooking. Whew.
Wait, time out. It was a family party or dinner?
Mm-hmm.
Who cooked?
Mom.
The mother-in-law cooked?
Yeah.
And she just got up and just said, I can't stand your cooking?
Yep.
So why your ass is over here?
That's her mother-in-law. That's her family.
But if you don't like my cooking, don't bring your ass over here.
You got to be with the family.
No. Fam, I'd rather you not come.
Do what most people do.
I'd rather you not come.
Just stomach it.
No, not even stomach it. Because here's the thing. You go there and you don't eat the food, they're going to question you why you're not eating the food.
I said stomach it.
Nah, don't stomach. Just don't go.
Well, that's just as nasty.
No, it's not.
I mean,
what's nasty? You not going, just you coming up with an excuse saying that you're not going, or you getting up in the middle of the dinner and saying, I can't stand your cooking.
I don't see the reason to announce that to the family.
That's what I'm saying. So if you're feeling that way, don't even go.
I think she got caught in the moment.
What? What moment?
Food came out and she was just like, I can't stand this.
Dude. That could be grounds of divorce.
If I'm like just another family member and she does that, I'm like, oh, this sucks, man, for me.
And then now you just put your husband in a nasty situation right now.
You got to choose between this old lady and this old lady.
I'm choosing mom.
I would probably do the same. I mean, I'd get out of there as fast as I possibly could.
Dog, that's what I'm saying. She should have never went.
Nasty woman. She's a nasty woman.
She's nasty work. That's the nasty of works right there. The nastiest of work.
Don't announce that to people.
Don't announce that in front of everybody. You keep that to yourself. You keep that between you and your husband or your friend family. But to get up like in the middle of it just to say I can't stand your cooking. By the way, what did she think it was going to happen afterwards? Like she just
Oh, you don't like my cooking? Okay, I'll cook something else.
Did she just walk away? Like did she just strut her way out of this? Like
I'll cook something else. I'll try to be better next time.
I don't know, bro. I don't know. I don't like it.
That's a deep one. I
don't like it. I don't like it.
Keeping it a buck. That's real, man. That's real.
I don't like it.
Up next, we're going to keep it a buck 100% here on Sports States 560 and 104.3 FM WQAM, Miami Sports Leader. Time to keep it a buck, where my cousin Vladimir Lewisson and I, Dan Day, keep it a buck 100% honest with you. One guy who always maybe keeps it a buck, maybe he doesn't keep it a buck, maybe he stirs the pot a little bit, is one Colin Cowherd. He was fired up the other day because evaluations are coming out about each and every NFL team. And wherever you look at it, whether it be Forbes or not, the Dolphins are in the upper end of valuable teams. Some places in 11th, some places as high as 8th and 7th overall most valuable organization if they were to be evaluated for price. So Colin Cowherd, of course, talked a little bit about the Dallas Cowboys, who we know are the most valuable team in the NFL as far as money is concerned. Jerry Jones does a good job with that. Maybe not with leading the team as far as on the field, but off the field, it is a big-time business. But Colin Cowherd moved on very quickly to talk about he didn't like the evaluation of our Miami Dolphins.
I am always amazed at how overvalued the Dolphins are, and I'll tell you why. It's a distracted market with the world's best beaches, arguably, a transient market, and the average incomes are $55,000 per fan. So that's not a lot of money for game day revenue. I've never understood that. It's a very distracted, transient market that doesn't necessarily always draw well. It's not a corporate hub. So when you look, this is why I don't get valuations. It's not a knock on Miami, but where are the Minnesota Vikings? They're not in the top half. It's a corporate hub. No competition from a beach or even a college football program to take, money away or people away. It's not a highly transient market. They have the Vikings below Tampa Bay, Green Bay, Miami. Has anybody ever been to Minnesota? It's like got some of the highest, most educated people, highly corporate, good annual revenues. You're not distracted. Maybe the best stadium in the league. Every seat is taken. They have very good local, radio revenues. I have never figured this out.
Okay, let's keep it a buck with Colin Cowherd right there. Break it down. Number one, he was saying, I'm not mad at Miami. I'm not hating on the Dolphins, but he is kind of hating on the Dolphins and their fan base a little bit. Another thing, some of the points he brings up are true. It is somewhat of a transient market here in Miami. It is a lot of transplants. It is a lot of people that are here for a while, not here for a while. A lot of the people that live here maybe aren't so much American football fans. It is not a quote unquote corporate hub, but I don't see what any of that has to do with an evaluation and how valuable a team is. Then he goes on this Minnesota rant about, have you been to Minnesota? Yes, I have.
Yeah, but you got to understand what's Cowherd. Cowherd has guys that he really loves in the NFL.
But there's no college football team to compete with except the Minnesota Golden Gophers, which is right next door to where the stadium is, where the Vikings play. So that's a little bit.
It's Cowherd, bro.
So first of all, Miami Dolphins, they're evaluated for not just how good they are, because once again, Cowboys, they're the standard when it comes to business. They're evaluated how much they're valued. This is a team that has a huge complex and facility with the Hard Rock Stadium. They have corporate sponsors. They have season tickets sold out with a waiting list. And whether you like it or not, the Miami Dolphins are a national brand. Everywhere you go, I am outside of Jets fans, and really, they're your biggest rivals. Everywhere you go, people love the Dolphins. Living in South Louisiana, people love the Dolphins. I never found about somebody in South Louisiana that says, I hate the Dolphins. Love the Dolphins. Living up in Wisconsin, of course, they love Green Bay. Nobody had hate for the Dolphins. Living in California, love for the Dolphins. I go different parts of the country. I'm going to be in the Grand Canyon in a couple of weeks. I'll walk around Vegas, or I'll walk around the Grand Canyon with a Dolphin shirt on, and someone's like, hell yeah, man. It is a national brand. That adds the value to your team. The fan base, whatever they make, I don't see how that makes that big of a difference to the evaluation of your team. Whether the median income is $55,000 a year, doesn't make your team more or less valuable. And once again, season tickets are sold out with a waiting list. So that makes it a little more valuable. I thought Colin Cowherd, although he did bring up some points, which I'm keeping it a buck. I understand where he's coming from saying that. I don't understand how he's trying to diminish the value of the Miami Dolphins. To me, that doesn't make sense.
It's crazy how 12 months change. A year ago, they were the team, the franchise that everybody wanted to play for. They got the A grade?
A grade, yep, 100%.
And then a year later now.
That was a bad look the year that we got 100% and we're the best team to play for. We lost to the Kansas City Chiefs in the first round of the playoffs, and Kansas City Chiefs went on to win the Super Bowl.
And they had
and they had the worst grade. They had the worst grade in the NFL.
Worst, and then and what we said, that doesn't matter about the facilities. It got to the point where they were like, "Oh, we need to take the table tennis court away."
That was a long time ago. Yeah,
but I'm just saying, it was just that's what the Miami Dolphins were being referred to. Now it's a year different. A year later, everything's different. They're not there's not harmony in the locker room. We just talked about a segment before about Tyreek and his status with the organization, with the players, especially with his quarterback. We know Chris Greer. Everybody wants Chris Greer fired. He's on the foreman.
Mm-hmm.
Mike McDaniel's on the foreman. He's definitely on the foreman. Tua's on the foreman just by proxy, because if Mike McDaniel gets let go, Tua's probably gone too.
I would expect if you find a new general manager, that new general manager, no matter who he or she is, wants their own.
Everybody wants their own.
And I don't blame them.
It's your job now. It's you're running the show, so you bring your own. So yes, this is an important season for the Miami Dolphins and the decision makers. Because I don't think Stephen Ross wants to go through another year. Boss Ross don't want to go through another season like this.
Stephen Ross,
the assessment of Colin,
but I look at
where there's some truth to it, it's not all the way.
I think he was using a lot of smoke and mirrors, because the value of your team isn't so much how rich your fan base is and how many corporate businesses are in your city. It's how much corporate sponsors you have for your team. It's what your facilities are like. We know the Dolphins have top-notch facilities, if not the best facilities, with the best practice facilities, with their own grass, which also is part of the evaluation of the team when it comes to the Forbes list and the money, the national reach of the team, the contracts the team has with other media outlets. That all goes into it. Whether your fan base makes $1 billion median income or doesn't, that doesn't matter. You're selling, and he's talking about they're not always in attendance at games. Well, yeah, I hate to break it to Colin Cowherd, but the Dolphins have sold out season tickets for years with waiting lists.
It's so easy to go by that narrative of the fans.
Exactly.
But he's in LA. So he doesn't know what's really going on down here. He's just going by what I hear, but nobody knows what's going on here. And it doesn't sell if he knows the facts. It's better content if he just says, "Oh, the fans they got so much to do. It's South Beach, it's everything." While that is true, the fans are out here.
Yeah.
And like you said earlier, there's a lot of transplanted Northeasterners. There's a lot of transplanted Midwesterners. There's people from the West Coast that move down to
There's
South,
people from
South
another
Florida.
continent that live on.
We all know there's a lot of from different countries and different continents in South Florida. So yes, there is going to be a variety of things to do, but as long as you have a great product out there, people are going to go.
So there's a lot of distractions here in Miami. Some of the world's best beaches, as he said, arguably. Thank you, Colin, for that. So you're saying that a city that has a lot of attractions shouldn't be as valued because there's too much other to do. So with that assessment, LA, New York, they have plenty of great things to do besides go to a football game. Does that devalue the teams? According to Colin Cowherd, by his reasoning, yeah. LA has great beaches. LA has all types of stuff to do. New York, city that doesn't sleep. Should you devalue the team? He's not keeping up and saying, well, devalue the Giants, devalue the Chargers. No. He specifically said beaches. He's specifically saying that because why? Well, he doesn't want to go after LA because he lives there. And two, he's a hater. It's easy to hate on Miami and the Dolphins for a lot of reasons, but it's mostly inside your own heart. You're mad that you're not here. You're mad that this team is valuable. And now you're just trying to make excuses. But yeah, he did bring some points. He brought valid points, and we're going to keep it a buck. We're going to keep it real. There were valid points in there, but for the most part, and once again, it's saying whenever you say this, Vlad, I'm not knocking the Dolphins. Well, you are, because if you have to even say explain that you're not knocking the Dolphins, you are. So that's just keeping it a buck, man. But nonetheless, the evaluation is the evaluation. The money is the money. The number is the number. And whether you like it or not, that's what it is. And once again, the Dolphins are a national brand. I don't care what anybody says. They are a national brand. Everybody keeps an eye on the Dolphins, loves the Dolphins. Everywhere I go, people know about the Dolphins, care about the Dolphins. So, yeah. All right. Well, keeping it a buck. I like this Dolphins team. And where the evaluation stands, and median fan base, salary, I don't know what that has to do with anything. That doesn't value or undervalue your team. So, I don't know. Let's get to some Nayer Day. We're going to do some thumbs up, thumbs down. We're going to hear from one of the quarterbacks that played yesterday. How did he feel his game went? And how does he feel this season will go? That's next here on Sports Day, 560 WQAM and 104.3 FM, WQAM, Miami Sports Leader. Let's do some Nay or Day right now here on 104.3 FM WQAM. Miami sports leader Zach Wilson. Some people thought yesterday had himself a pretty good game. Some people said, man, that Quinn Ewers is somebody. But for right now, Zach Wilson is our backup quarterback right behind Tua Tagovailoa. Zach Wilson spoke after the game. He gave an honest assessment on how he felt he played yesterday against the Detroit Lions.
Had some good things, but definitely some things for us to clean up, including myself, of course, and just from a whole operation just wasn't very good. And that starts with me just getting the guys in and out of the huddle, making sure we're lining up the right way. A lot of times guys going the wrong side, or me not hearing the play entirely clear from the sideline and putting us in the right stuff. So I thought that needed to be cleaner.
Yeah, it's going to be a little sloppy, Vlad. You have to understand that it's preseason. A lot of these guys aren't your starters. Actually, none of them are your starters outside of Jonas Savianaya. So they're going to be lining up wrong. Zach Wilson's going to have a lot to deal with. I thought Zach Wilson had a lot more poise this week. He looked a lot better in the pocket. His passes were crisper. He did miss on some passes. He did really throw some passes that should have been intercepted but didn't get intercepted. But for the most part, I thought what we've been asking all preseason long from the quarterbacks and for everyone, just show some progression. And I do think Zach Wilson did show some progression yesterday. He also spoke about that progression and what was better this week as opposed to what was happening last week.
I think just the feeling of being out there and getting into a little bit of a rhythm and flow. I thought we put together some good long drives, and the longer you're out there, the more comfortable you get. And so I was starting to hit that point where I was starting to feel comfortable just being out there, and I think some of the other guys were as well.
Zach Wilson's a work in progress, and we know one thing that Mike McDaniel can do is he can build a quarterback back up, because Tua Tagovailoa was, let's be honest, after the whole situation that happened with Brian Flores, was a little bit broken or a little bit shaky, and Mike McDaniel was able to rebuild him into one of the better quarterbacks in the league. Whether you want to agree or disagree with that, he has been one of the more efficient, more accurate team leaders, quarterbacks in this league. Mike McDaniel now dealing with, let's be honest, a fragile Zach Wilson, number 2 overall pick. That's never going to shake. He's never going to shake that. He had a rough time with the Jets. Didn't even play last year with the Denver Broncos as a third-string quarterback. A rookie, Bo Nix, started over him. So I think it's one of those things, as you see Zach Wilson grow in confidence and get more reps and build that confidence, you're going to see a better Zach Wilson. You saw that from week 1 to week 2 in the preseason, although a small step, once again, a step towards a greater good. Now, I told you, Zach Wilson had some really good passes. He showed some good poise. He also had some really bad passes. Asking Zach Wilson, does he want some of those throws that he made back?
There was 2 for sure that I want back. I had the deep one to Esco that I underthrew him on. He's fast. It was a far throw. It was a lot further than I think I was anticipating when I originally threw it. So I want that one back. And then the one in the end zone, kind of like a layer ball over the top of the backer in the end zone, that I definitely want back as well.
Yeah, definitely. That one to D. Eskridge that he threw down the middle of the field. That's, once again, Zach Wilson. I'm saying he overcomplicates things sometimes. I like what he's saying, that he wants some of these throws back and he wants to do better. But the thing is, if he had thrown it early, he wouldn't have had to throw it so far. You got to get the ball out quick. You got to get it early. Put some air under it. Let D. Eskridge run under it. A couple other times he kind of threw behind the receiver. I think it's just one of those things we're dealing with right now, Zach Wilson. Progression. We want that progression, but it's going to take a time for him to build up his confidence, to kind of build things up. And once again, he is working with backup players who aren't always lined up. And that's what you want to see. You want to see control and you want to see poise, not just in the pocket, which sometimes Zach Wilson does hold on to the ball a little too long and overcomplicate things, but you want to see him having control of the huddle, having control of the play calls, having control of the motions. It seemed like at times it was a little shaky yesterday. Once again, he's doing it with guys that aren't your regular starters. You'd expect some of those things to be cleaned up when you have your starters in there. So Zach Wilson, all in all, a good assessment. And once again, we heard from Mike McDaniel saying Quinn Ewers did have a good day yesterday. I don't think anyone's denying that Quinn Ewers had a good day yesterday. I liked him on the move. I thought that he had some good control. I thought that he calmed down like Zach Wilson a lot from week 1, because week 1, neither quarterback I thought was very good. Yesterday, I thought both quarterbacks were pretty good. But Quinn Ewers right now is going to sit at number 3 on the depth chart, because Mike McDaniel says it is a process. It's not just what you see on a preseason game. And for the numbers part, the numbers were good for Zach Wilson and Quinn Ewers. It just seemed like Quinn Ewers had a little more control of the offense and everything. But then again, he had a different kind of, I would say, scheme. We did notice, it was very noticeable that they had a more balanced game with Quinn Ewers. And it kind of came down to the play calling, I think. I think what Mike McDaniel and those guys wanted yesterday, they wanted to see a lot of passes from Zach Wilson. They wanted to see if he could make the throws, if he could have that poise, if he could lead things. And then with Quinn Ewers, they wanted to see other things. They wanted to try Oligar in the second for more running. They wanted to throw a variety of different passes and plays out there. But all in all, good numbers for both quarterbacks, especially in a preseason game. Too, Zach Wilson, 15 for 23. Once again, he missed a couple of passes, and they weren't pretty glaring bad, but for the most part, he showed poise. 15 for 23, 151 yards, 1 touchdown. Quinn Ewers comes in 11 for 17, 116, 2 yards. And Vlad, I know you really agree with this. The scheme and play calling did affect both quarterbacks.
I was upset with the play calling yesterday because I was like, 23 passes for Zach Wilson. He completed 15. Okay, that's cool, but I wanted to see the other players. I wanted to see the backfield. I wanted to see Ollie Garden. Ollie Garden. Why I keep on calling him Ollie Garden like Olive Garden?
It's like Olive Garden, yeah.
Yeah. Ollie Gordon. I wanted to see more of Ollie Gordon throughout the game.
Right.
But they seemed like in the second half when Ewers was the quarterback, they ran the ball. There was a focus and attention to running the ball, setting up the play action, seeing Quinn move around the pocket.
Mm-hmm.
Like we saw a lot of throws with him moving, and he was putting the ball right in receivers' hands, and some of them were being dropped by receivers.
Right. And Quinn Ewers even said, he goes, the running game really helped me because they could pull the ball back and run a play action. Zach Wilson had no play action.
He was killing them with play action.
Zach
There was
Wilson had
no
zero
play action in the first half because they didn't run the ball.
It's true. Yeah.
Or maybe they saw how Jalen Wright was looking. They were like,
I think it was more of a scheme. They wanted to see a lot of passes out of Zach Wilson. They wanted to see if he could make throws, if he could have the poise, if he could just get some reps.
But then it's not fair when you go to the second half,
right?
And then you see Quinn Ewers putting up two. Well, he had 3 drives,
three
scoring drives,
yeah,
3 scoring drives,
2 touchdowns.
But the first drive after the second half, that was a pretty damn good drive. That was helped by the return, and then the Ollie Gordon the second touchdown pass to Wise. That was a great drive.
Theo Weiss Jr. Yep. And real quick, Vlad, they have corrected Jalen Wright's rushing total.
It's 4 carries, 3 yards.
Yes.
Thank you.
They've corrected that. But let's focus in on the backup quarterback right now. Zach Wilson, one more thing. After taking a step forward last game, what are his next steps?
Yeah, I think just the feeling of being out there and getting into a little bit of a rhythm and flow. Like I thought we put together some good long drives, and the longer you're out there, the more comfortable you get. And so I was starting to hit that point where I was starting to feel comfortable just being out there, and I think some of the other guys were as well. Yeah, for me, watching this film, seeing what I could do better personally, how I could, help the guys around me, and then take it into practices next week, just trying to improve on those things, one play at a time. Try not to make the same mistake twice, and then get ready for the Jacksonville game.
It's going to be a process. I've come to the conclusion with Zach Wilson, and I mean, everybody's a process, but it's going to be a process. He was pretty broken up. He was pretty hurt. He was shaking confidence. He's going to need reps. That's going to help Zach Wilson get better. And for lack of a better term, you're probably going to need him at some point this season. Hope not, but you're probably going to need him at some point. If not just at the end of a game when you're up by hopefully 21.
Or down by 21.
Or down by 21. You could put him in. Or maybe at some point you need a more, mobile quarterback, and he can run. He's got a lot of tools. As far as the 3 quarterbacks on the roster. Now, don't take this the wrong way.
Dan, he was my quarterback for 4 years.
But what I'm saying is, as far as tools, the man has as many tools as anybody else on this roster as far as quarterbacks are concerned.
It's so funny. You know what? I'm laughing now. It's so funny. This is what I love about sports. Let me get my Leroy on. Because when he was wearing green, he stunk, right? He had nothing. Oh, everybody's going crazy over that one play he did in his
that was it.
In his workout, in his pro day, right?
Pro day.
So when he's on any other team, and especially against a division rival, he stinks.
He was bad.
But now that he's on your team, hey, he's got more skills than I thought.
No. I said he had a gun and he's got all the tools. He has no internal clock. And I'll stand to you right now. He's got a gun. He's got all the tools. He has no presence in the pocket and no internal clock. And Mike McDaniel needs to find a way to work around that, because I don't know if you can fix not having an internal clock and holding the ball too long and making more complicated plays than they need to be, because that's what he does. He sits there and like D. Eskridge on that long pass that he underthrew him. If he'd have thrown the ball early, he wouldn't have had to throw it 58 yards in the air. He only had to throw it 40 yards in the air, and it would probably been a little bit more accurate. He holds and waits and thinks, and then he tries to be like, oh, I'm a better player because I can make a tougher throw. No, make the easy play. Make your life easy. Make it easy on everybody.
And then if he makes the easy play, hey, the guy was down open downfield. Stop being checked down, Charlie.
I know. That's the other problem. Yes. And you know what? You can't make everybody happy.
Fans need to complain about something. That's the thing.
I did not like the first play of the game where he had the wide open screen pass, looked away, then went back to the screen pass and threw it into the dirt. It's just like, you should have thrown that right away. What are you doing? I don't mind that. You didn't throw any interceptions. I give you credit. Neither quarterback threw interceptions yesterday. But I think Zach Wilson's kind of caught up in his own head a little bit right now. But we're working it out. We're working it out. Hey, look, you might not. I mean, you might have to put in a Zach Wilson package where it's quick, not thinking, getting the ball out real quick. But the only problem is defenses pick up on that pretty quick too. So
I tell you, we all know who the smartest people in the world are.
Defensive
coordinators and gambling. The
odds
makers.
Yeah, that was one of those things, man. But yeah, the quarterbacks that come in the league that do this number, if the first guy ain't open, I'm running. That works for about 5 games. And then they figure out, oh, you just run after the first guy isn't covered. So we'll just cover the first guy and shadow you. And next thing you know, those quarterbacks are backups, practice squad players. And you're like, well, they were good for like 4 games. Yeah, they got figured out. You have to always be changing, always be getting better if you're a quarterback or a coach in this league, because it's a league that does not sleep. They literally have people working around the clock, watching film, cutting film, breaking down numbers. It's just crazy. But hopefully, Zach Wilson, work in progress. We want to see some more from you this coming Saturday when we take on the Jacksonville Jaguars, 7:00, Hard Rock Stadium, the only home game of the preseason.
Now, that's a question I'd like to see about Saturday. Will you get to see the starters, the ones? I think you got to see the ones.
Rumor is you're going to see more of the starters, and you're going to see them play a little bit longer than the first game.
So like a quarter? Is it maybe 2 quarters?
Some people said a half.
Because if that's a half, then what does that do for the Zach Wilson and Quinn Ewers battle and all the guys that are trying to make the team? Because I would assume that if they are playing the first half with the ones, that means third quarter would be Zach Wilson, and then fourth quarter would be Quinn Ewers. At that time,
the cool thing is
that's not that the game might not be as competitive. Or, I mean, they're gonna compete because they're trying to make a spot. They're trying to get a spot on the team. But it's interesting. I would love to see the ones, and I get it because this is the only preseason game, and it happens to be the last preseason game, so the fans get a chance to see what the team will look like in 2025. But I do think you might need to put these backup players, got to give them one more chance to showcase their talent.
Well, the good thing is you get 2 joint practices with the Jacksonville Jaguars. You get however much you want to put them in the game. And then it changes the dynamic of how much you want to play people, because you get the whole league has an open date the week after.
Everybody.
Everybody
so gets the bye week.
2 weeks to get your mind ready for the regular season and rest up your body. So I could expect, I guess I would think Mike McDaniel will just go by the feel test. When he feels as though he's got enough from his starters, he'll pull them. When he feels as though he hasn't had enough from them, he'll keep playing them. I think that's just the way it goes. So there goes Zach Wilson, backup quarterback. Up next, we got some things to talk about. These Dolphins, these quarterbacks, these running backs, a couple other positions too. This is Sports Day on 560 WQAM and 104.3 FM WQAM, Miami sports leader. Sunday Fun Day Sports Day. My cousin Vladimir Lewison, I am Dan Day. There are now even more ways to consume us. Wait, that didn't come out right.
Hey, yo, come on, man.
So you can listen on the AM dial 560 WQAM. You can now listen on the FM dial 1043 FM. You can, of course, anywhere in the world, go to the Odyssey app. Just type in 1043 WQAM or just WQAM if you want to keep it simple. YouTube and Twitch, just type in WQAM and you will have us right there. We'd like to thank everyone because we have been all over the YouTube. We have been posting clips. We're on Instagram. We're doing all the stuff, and the numbers have been great lately. So we appreciate everyone that's watching us, that's listening to us, wherever you may be. As I said, the Dolphins are a national brand. I know we have listeners in Hawaii, Louisiana, New York City, Boston, in the Midwest, everywhere. Arizona. Thank you so much. We appreciate you hanging out with us, and we love hanging out with you. And of course, you're a member of the show. 305-567-0560. Have some text coming in right now. 561 says, aren't the Jaguars playing the Saints now, Dan? Got to get a little scouting report for you. One eye on the mic, one eye on the TV. Yes, the Saints and the Jaguars are playing right now.
We don't get the NFL Network.
But Saints are losing, man. They're even bad in preseason. 14
that's your squad. That's your other squad, bro.
14-3. It's almost halftime.
Are you tanking?
They're tanking for what's his name? Arch Manning.
Arch.
It'd be a great story that his dad, his grandfather played there. He's from New Orleans, Newman High School, his brothers and everything. Bring it back full circle. They still probably think he's the best quarterback. They've got a new coach in Kellen Moore, so he's not on the hook for any type of record or anything. They're handcuffed by some of their bad trades in the past, so it's going to be a bad season for the Saints. They will definitely lose to the Miami Dolphins. The Dolphins could count that as a W.
It definitely could be a bad season for them. That's messed up.
Not good. 561 also texting in. Ollie Gordon is the bomb, out of sight. So is Phillips and Bigger. So Ollie Gordon has looked good in this preseason. He's looked the part. He looks like he's very smart and talented. And Zeke Biggers, one of our late draft picks out of Georgia Tech. I think he's seventh round. Thought he looked good.
You liked him. Yeah, you liked him yesterday.
I thought the whole front seven, throughout the game, looked really strong. How much can you glean from that? I don't know, but at least they're looking good. The big guys up front looked good. I thought Zeke Biggers probably going to make the team as a 7th round pick. You can never have enough depth on those lines. So I agree with that. I thought Ollie Gordon looks like I think
he's RB2.
I think he's RB. I think he should be RB2, but it's not.
But here's the question, my friend. Cousin, what if Devon Achan's injury lingers a little bit longer?
That's where you have to have running back by committee. You're going to have running back by committee either way.
I think you're going to have running back by committee. Unless you have Derrick Henry, Saquon Barkley, or what's the kid?
Like
Jonathan Taylor. Well, James Cook is good, but you also got to understand number 17 is a bull too.
Yeah,
so
you kind of
what I'm saying? Like, for example, here, doing the research for this upcoming season, I personally think in order for you to be a good a playoff team in the NFL, you have to, for the season, have to be 2,500 yards team rushing.
Yeah,
that's just minimum.
That would most likely mean you're successful, yes.
Because if you look at the teams last year, the 5 teams that led the league in rushing, number one was Baltimore. You know why? Derrick Henry almost ran for 2,000 yards, and Lamar Jackson almost had 1,000 yards.
They have a darn good quarterback that can do a lot of things.
So you had 2 guys that combined for nearly 3,000 yards. They ran 3,300 yards last season. For 2 guys did 85, 90% of that. Second was Philadelphia. Saquon had an unbelievable season.
He had over 2,000 yards.
Washington, another team that was in the top 5.
Great running back, great quarterback. That's mobile.
That is mobile.
Yeah.
So it doesn't have to be. I don't care if you have that one guy or if you've got a group of guys. If you got that O-line and you just want to smash guys and just run the ball down their throats and just keep the clock chewing, and you put your defense, because that's the thing. As crazy as it sounds, I think Miami needs to be so balanced that they're not putting their defense out on the field as often.
Yeah.
Maybe it's not time for those big plays. Maybe it's good to have those 5-minute, 6-minute drives. keep your defense fresh, keep your secondary fresh.
They have had some good drives in this preseason, some longer drives, double-digit, plays. The only thing with the Dolphins, as you're saying this, Vlad, and you're talking about these quarterbacks that are helping out the run game, you are going to get, for lack of a better term, zero if you're the Dolphins.
Because you're not going to get it from your quarterback.
You're not
Two, you
getting it
don't
from
want
your
to.
quarterback.
And that's another great thing.
Zero.
A lot of these teams have mobile quarterbacks. You know what I'm saying? And that's not Tua. Tua can't move. If he moves, he's going to get concussed. So therefore, running back by committee and try to gather 2,500 yards as a team. If HN can give you 800 or 800 to 900 yards, 800 to 1,000 yards, that's great. But if you have backup can give you 400, 500 yards, you're running back 3, and then however you do whatever scheme McDaniel wants to do, end around the Tyreek, whatever. Just gotta have a balanced offense.
Yeah. Just got to figure out a way to do that. So we're going to see how it all goes. We got some more texts coming in. 305-567-0560. 561 texts in. I'm a radio junkie. I guess that's better than being another type of junkie. I'll agree with that one right there. And we got another one. Colin Cowherd doesn't have the pulse on the Dolphins like you guys do. Colin Cowherd, for some reason, thought Dolphins shouldn't be valued for what they are, even though the value has nothing to do with anything other than money-wise. And last, we talked about Mike Cugno interviewing Tua Tagovailoa yesterday. And I thought that Tua gave kind of a peculiar answer when asked about how his relationship with Tyreek Hill and how they've been bonding this offseason. He wasn't over the top. Oh, yeah. He was kind of like, we're continuing to work at it and, but Cugno caught a stray. I'm sorry. Sorry, Mike. I didn't mean to put you. It says, it was Mike. Well, they didn't say Cugno, but they spelled it the wrong way. Eating a boiled chicken breast and drinking a black cup of coffee during the interview. No, Mike is super fit, though. I do understand that.
So here's the 5 teams. It was Baltimore, Philadelphia, right? Detroit, the only team that had 2 1,000-yard rushers and 2 1,000-yard receivers.
Mm-hmm.
The Atlanta Falcons. That's shocking to me because I still don't think they're utilizing Bijan Robinson very well. And the Tampa Bay Buccaneers, who have a running back by committee with Rashad White and what's that kid from Oregon that was a rookie? Bucky Irving. Guess what? All those, except for Atlanta, guess what? All those teams have in common.
They were in the playoffs.
And Atlanta could have made the playoffs last year if they won the last game of the season.
That's true. They lost to the Bucs, but then the Bucs wouldn't.
No. Tampa. They lost to. Did they lose to Carolina? They might have lost to Carolina they might have lost to Carolina.
Talking about Atlanta?
Yeah. And then Tampa beat New Orleans towards the end of the season. Because Tampa went in. Because Atlanta beat Tampa twice last year, but they didn't they didn't win the division.
Tampa won that game because remember Mike Evans caught that last pass and walked off the field because he got over 1,000 yards and it hit his incentive.
Right.
I remember that game.
You're right. So those teams were competitive. Those teams are either in the playoff, competing for a division, and that why they had a balanced offense. They had a rushing attack. And you can do it if you have a number 1 guy, or you can do it if you have a running back by committee. Now, with one of the guys being hurt, and I just don't like any soft tissue, lower body injuries. Those usually linger longer than expected. Jalen Wright, it's time for you to
step up. Somebody did mention
take away those. No.
He did have a good game against the Patriots last year in a game that most Dolphins fans.
That's cool. That's cool.
That's where we actually were really committed to running. Remember that one game?
That's because you had no quarterback.
That's true too. That's part of the reason why you won. When did you win that game? Like 13-7.
But guess what? It was actually one of Mike McDaniel's best coaching games in his career.
He realized what worked and he stuck with it.
It was Alec Ingold all the time.
Yep.
And the Patriots had no way of stopping that. It's on the coach. It's on the coach. You got to recognize the strength of your players and limit their weakness. So if anything happens, if there's an injury or anything like that, because right now, if you really look at it, and I'm not a Dolphin fan. I cover the team, but I'm not the fan. But secondary injuries, O-line injuries, skill position injuries, and the season hasn't started yet.
I know.
So that's, you know what I'm saying? Like, I feel bad for some of the members of because this is a make or break year for them. They're on the foreman, all of them. They're all on the grill.
They let last year get by them.
And what did I say about last year? As bad as it was, they could have afforded to have a bad season because their contract extensions don't kick in until this season.
Mm-hmm.
So this is the first year or maybe the second year of Tyreek's extension. But this is the first year of Waddle. This is the first year of Tua's extension. McDaniel. Like, this is it. This is it. Make or break year.
It is that. It seems that everybody agrees, but then again, it's not our call. It's Stephen Ross's call. So we shall see, as they say. Stephen Ross surprised me last year when he issued that statement 5 minutes, seems like, after the game, saying, oh no, we're going to stay the course with what we have now. I was like, oh, okay. From a guy that said we're a Super Bowl or bust team at the beginning of the season. Okay. Let's get to some headlines. That 24-17 win yesterday over the Lions. Coach Mike McDaniel, he did talk about that. Devon Achane will miss days, 2 weeks with that soft tissue lower body injury. He also said Zach Sealer is days, 2 weeks. Oh, man, hopefully these injuries, like we said, are more precautionary than actual injuries that are going to be lingering. Although, have an injury like that, you said, Vlad, like you can re-injure it very quickly and it can have you out for the season. So not good, but we'll make do with what we have. ESPN's Mark Schlabach has the Hurricanes in the college football playoffs as a 9 seed, playing the 8 seed Oregon in the first round, while Kyle Bangura, he has them as an 11 seed, playing number 6 seed Notre Dame. Of course, the season hasn't started yet. The season actually starts against Notre Dame. That is going to be a week, 2 weeks from today. 2 weeks from today. Yes, 7:30, Hard Rock Stadium. Very excited. Heat are signing Drew Smith to a 3-year, $7.9 million deal. The guard has missed the past 2 seasons with an ACL and Achilles injury. They also traded Haywood Highsmith and a 2032 second-round pick.
Yeah, you could trade from in 2032.
Mm-hmm.
By the way, as crazy as it sounds, lo and behold, you'll be like, oh, damn, 2032 is right here.
I know. We're going to be like, is that the Haywood Highsmith trade?
Dude, wasn't there a trade that happened? And it was like, oh, my God, yeah, it was years ago. And then all of a sudden, you're like, damn, we should have never given up that trade. I don't know if it was, I don't know who to play with. I don't know if it was a Whiteside trade or anything like that. But you start realizing, like, damn, we traded that. And it was like, damn, we could have really used that trade. We really could have used that. Years go by. Days go by quickly, man.
The older you get, the quicker they fly.
Yeah.
We got a 2026 second-round pick in return for Haywood Highsmith and that 2032 second-round pick. Trade gets Miami under the luxury tax. That's
I love
the
how
main
the
thing.
NBA is really trying to push the second round, as you know.
Hey, man.
I mean, I know you get steals, but
hey, man, you got Bronny James.
Yeah.
Bronny?
Oh, I mean, yeah, I got love for Bronny, but and Manu and all of them, but I don't give it the second round.
Ooh, the Marlins are up 1-0 on the
Just
Red
win.
Sox.
I just need you to win, Marlins.
Middle of the 4th. Not going to talk about stat lines because, no, he's giving up a hit. Okay, so Jansen Junk, 3 innings, 1 hit, no runs, 2 strikeouts. If you had no hits, I wouldn't have said anything, but
you don't say anything until after the 5th.
Right. I mean, you don't say, you don't want to jinx anything, but Jansen Junk seems to be having his junk going today. And Eric Wagaman, he hit a home run. That's your difference in the game right now. Eric Wagaman, one of the everyday guys for us right now. Some more headlines to get to. Messi, woohoo, looking good. He got a goal and a Wunder assist. A Wunder assist to Luis Suarez as Inter Miami defeated, the team that won MLS Cup last year, and they now have the worst record and least amount of points of anyone in MLS, the LA Galaxy.
That usually happens like that, bro.
How does that go? How do you go from first to worst?
You shot everything on that.
Yeah, you gave it all for the cup.
You get pretty much.
They should have known the season was ruined when the expansion San Diego football squad defeated them in the opening game of the season, LA Galaxy. Next up, Leagues Cup quarterfinal, Wednesday, 8 against Liga MX Tigres. I'm expecting another sellout at Chase Stadium because that's what they do. And Messi's going to be playing, and Tigres is a very well-known Mexican team. We're going to have Daniel Solano on in about an hour from now. We're going to talk about the game and everything that's going on with the whole Messi mania. Some reports have Matthew Tkachuk missing 3 to 5 months with his injury. He has still not decided on surgery for a torn abductor muscle and sports hernia.
If he's out for 3 to 5 months, he ain't making it. He's not in the Olympics.
Some predictions are saying that, yes.
Yeah, so if he has a surgery when? Today? Say these odds it tomorrow. September, October, November.
I would say if he has it today, he could be
December,
ready.
January.
He could be ready for the Olympics in March.
But is he really going to be ready? That's the thing. Like, are you going to put a guy that's coming back from injury on a roster of guys who've been playing like the last 4 or 5 months?
Yeah, and he's probably not going to be in game shape either. These might be a lost Olympics for Matthew Tkachuk. We might have to look
You're
at
just
that.
going to have to eat that, man. Just get a third Stanley Cup.
It might be a lost Olympics for Matthew Tkachuk.
A third cup will make up for your a gold medal.
I mean, you want the gold medal, but 3 cups in a row, that's pretty serious business right there for someone like Matthew Tkachuk. So, well, we'll see. Of course, the Saints and the Jags are playing right now. Jags are up 14-3. It's almost halftime. Tonight at 8, you get Bills Bears. So, if you have absolutely nothing to do, I guess tune into that. I don't know what I'm going to tune into tonight, but we'll figure it out. Right now, let's figure it all out and take a step into the day spa. Did you see this? A man recently won the Powerball. How did he celebrate? He kicked a Florida deputy in the face. Got bail money at least, you know.
Got kicked in the face?
I don't know. He kicked a deputy in the face. He wins the Powerball. That's not the way I celebrate winning a Powerball. Getting arrested like that?
You have the bail money?
Yeah, you do have that. I'm not going to shoot him any bail, though. No.
I see what you did there.
Nah.
I see what you did there. I see what you did.
I like that.
Going
to do a little what I like. Some of the things Vlad and I liked over the past 24, 48 hours or just this past week here in the sports world. Vladimir Lusan, I am Dan Day. This is Sports Day on 560 WQAM and 104.3 FM WQAM, Miami Sports Leader. What I like on sports day, some of the things that we liked over the past 24, 48 hours or so in the sports world and the world in general. We're going to go through it and just feel good. All positive, all nice, what we liked. You know, we like Chris Perkins over there at the Sun Sentinel. He wrote an article that I liked, some observations from yesterday's Dolphins-Lions preseason game. There's a lot to like quarterback Zach Wilson, 15 for 23, 151 yards, 1 touchdown, no interceptions, 1 sack, a 98.3 passer rating. Has mixed results, though. Wilson was more confident, showed his arm strength, and had better footwork than against the Bears. He also had more time to pass than he did against Chicago. So what we like is Zach Wilson, you give him some time, going to be all right. Got to give him time, though. Got to give him time. Quinn Ewers played the entire second half, improved from his debut at Chicago. That's going without saying. Confidence, decision-making, good. 11 for 17, 116 yards, 2 touchdowns, no interceptions, 123.7 passer rating. Hit wide receiver Theo Weiss Jr., his favorite target during camp, for a 15-yard touchdown early in the third quarter. That's another highlight. Theo Weiss Jr., man, he had a big game, 6 receptions, 80 yards, 2 touchdowns. Is there a chance that he can make his way into this starting lineup for the receivers, Vlad? Because we know Tyreek and Waddle are going to be our wide receivers 1 and 2. 3, you could argue D. Eskridge, who I thought had a very solid game yesterday. But there's other arguments that could be made for some other guys. We like Taj Washington. Taj Washington showed some toughness, but Theo Weiss showed he can make some catches. Is there a chance that Theo Weiss finds his way into one of these receiving positions? Not sure.
All right. Waddle Hill, we know it's a 1-2.
3 is between D. Eskridge, Taj
Washington, and so that's 3. So who's not 3 would be 4.
Well,
between Eskridge and Washington.
You got Taj Washington, AJ Henning. He had a big fumble. He had a fumble. Eric Ezukama. He had
I'm done with that. He's like it's
too many. He's gotten too many chances. I'm sorry, Easy E. I like you, but Easy E and Cam Smith they've run out of their chances. I think. So yeah, Taj Washington, D. Eskridge, Theo Weiss might find his way in there, man. Theo Weiss Jr. might find his way into this receiving room. We like Taj Washington a lot. I like his toughness. D. Eskridge had a good game yesterday. Also 3 receptions, 53 yards, 1 touchdown. But Theo Weiss had the most receptions, tied for most receptions on the team behind Tanner Connor, who's a tight end. And he had the most yards for a receiver and the most touchdowns. So I can get down with that. It's interesting. Of course, what everybody seems to be talking about and liking, Ollie Gordon II displayed his combination of power and speed while totaling 50 yards on 10 carries. Gordon, the rookie 6th round pick, who had 8 carries for 38 yards last week against Chicago, had a nice 15-yard gain on 3rd and 1. That's big time because we know the Dolphins struggle in short yardage position situations, especially when the team knows we're going to run it. He had the Detroit 23-yard line early in the fourth quarter. Running backs were low-key until the fourth quarter when Mike Boone had that big 3 carries for 13 yards, 8-yard carry. Aaron Shamplin, 2 carries, 32 yards with that 26-yard burst. And the Dolphins rushed for 97 yards on 20 carries. Yep. You got a running back room. You're going to have this running back room for the main 3-headed monster. You're going to have Devon Achane. You're going to have Jalen Wright. You're going to have Ollie Gordon II at the least. Then maybe somebody else even in there to pick up some tough yards and, help the load out a little bit. It's going to be a running back by committee probably for the Dolphins this year, which I'm totally all right with. Talk about some other things. Let's talk about D. Eskridge. He had 3 receptions, 53 yards first quarter. Eskridge fumbled that punt return, though. I don't know if that hurt him that much, but Channing Tindall did recover the ball. Channing Tindall played a lot yesterday. Did you notice that, Vlad?
Yeah, he did.
And I thought he was Channing Tindall. I really,
He didn't impress you?
He got me one time. He had a really good game. That was actually the 3rd game of last year's preseason. I was like, this guy looks like he can make some plays. And then I saw him kind of make plays on the special teams unit all year long. Chris Perkins goes on. Defensive line depth looks better each week. We talked about this. Kenneth Grant looks really good. Jordan Phillips, hopefully he's healthy. Zeke Biggers, he made 5 tackles yesterday, just in case you were wondering. Matt Dickerson, Ben Still, and Matthew Butler are improving against the run and pass. They made a good showing against the Lions. Biggers and Phillips each had a sack. And we say Phillips, we're talking about Jordan Phillips. Jordan Phillips, another one of our draft picks. So we drafted, big guys on the line, and they all seem to be going, most of them on the defensive line, of course. Jonah Savinaya, he is on the offensive line. He kind of looks like a rookie yesterday, in my opinion.
Let's, you know what? We always keep things a buck. He wasn't that great yesterday, bro.
Jonah Savinaya?
Yeah.
That's me nicely saying that he looked like a rookie and he looked a little lost sometimes.
No. We don't BS yet.
He was the only starter that played yesterday on the offensive line.
So that's
second string.
So that's not okay. Is that a good thing when you're starting, when one of your starting ones is a rookie and he's the only one that was there yesterday?
Well, he needs to get the reps. That's why
I get that. But we're all focused on the offensive line. We were focused on him because he's the starter that was the only one playing. We didn't look at the other guys that were, that are trying to make the roster. We were backups to see, God forbid if anything happens to the O-line, which you have to figure something's going to happen to O-line. Can this person step in, fit in immediately and hold things down until like the starters come? Like, I don't know who the left. We've been so impressed with Patrick Paul. I don't know who the backup left tackle would be if Paul gets hurt.
Exactly. We've been told that if Paul gets hurt, the season is over.
Exactly.
Certain people have said that.
Exactly. So Austin Jackson's already been out, and we hope that he's back by the opening game of the season. But a lot of questions, bro.
This is what I wanted to ask Mike Florio, who comes on the Joe Rose Show every Friday at around 9:20. I wanted to ask him from Pro Football Talk. He was talking about, the Dolphins have this problem. And I said, okay, Mike, let's say the Dolphins are the healthiest team in the NFL this year.
You want to play my game?
What is their record? I didn't get a chance to ask him because we're running out of time, but I would like to know what the
9-8.
Even being the healthiest team. I know they don't have a lot of depth.
Let me tell you this.
I know they don't have a lot of depth, but they do have good starting players.
No, they do. So this is what, my thing is. Everybody says that. I think every roster, every team would always say, oh, if there were no injuries, and every team doesn't have injuries. Every team that if we were able to do it like a video game.
I didn't say that. I said the healthiest team.
Okay, but the healthiest. Say we could do it like a video game and take it off simulation, right? Just play it arcade. Let me ask you a question. Don't you think when we do prognostications and everything, we're acting as if every team is healthy?
No.
There's no way you're doing a prediction without thinking that if every team is healthy. That's how we do it, because all the teams are healthy right now, or as healthy they're going to be before the season starts. So if you just look at the names on the paper and you look at the schedule, I still think even at their best, they are going to win between 8 to 10 games, 9-8. I think it's the same way for everyone. That's why there's certain teams are favored. If the Philadelphia Eagles are healthy, we should think they should go 17-0 this season. It might not happen, but we would expect them to still be a team in the finals. We would still expect them to be a team with a 1 seed. Same thing with Kansas City. There's certain teams that they've given you so much, they've shown you so much that you can easily just place a winning record, a division title, all of that. Miami, we've seen them in the first 3 years of the Mike McDaniel tenure. They were 9-8, right? Then they were 11-6. Then last year they took a slide. What, they 8-9 last year?
8-9.
8-9.
Well, no, I take into account a lot of things. So I think the Dolphins this year,
were 8-9 because of injuries last year.
I think the Dolphins this year, forecasting everything that can happen, will be a 10-win team. Now, if you tell me they're going to be the healthiest team in the NFL, meaning that they're going to have less injuries than most, they're going to have not major injuries to players, I could say they win 11-12 games. It's worth a game or two. But I do take into account that there's going to be some injuries. That's why I give them as a 10-win season. Once again, you have major serious injuries, it could be less than 10. You have no serious injuries or any long-term injuries and not to make important players, you can win 11, 12 games. That's why I put you right there in a 10.
Right, everybody, if they're healthy,
Usually the healthiest teams are the
but
ones that are
the better
making the long
teams,
runs.
right? The better teams, if they're all healthy, we already know they. No matter what, if they're healthy, they still mid.
Look
They
what the
still
New England Patriots did. Remember, they were Super Bowl all the time. Tom Brady went down one year. They had a losing record. Or they were at 500.
They didn't have a losing record.
500.
Amen.
Matt Castle, was he the quarterback?
No, they went 11. They went 11-5.
The year that Tom Brady went down?
Yeah.
That's the year the Dolphins last won the AFC East.
Is it?
Yeah. Channing Crowder talks about it all the time. He has the shirt.
Then it might be. It might be. It might be. But they went 11-5 that year.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
That's unbelievable.
They had a good year that year. Because that's how Castle got the deal with the Texans.
Big deals. Yeah, he got the big deals. Well, we'll see. We got another preseason game coming up on Saturday at 7:00. Oh, one more thing I want to touch on. I don't know if I exactly like this, but you heard Jalen Ramsey throwing disrespect at the Dolphins without actually saying Dolphins and Mike McDaniel. Did you hear this earlier on a podcast earlier this week?
Yeah, he was speaking his piece.
He says he wanted to go to a team where there's a lot of respect for the head coach.
A lot of respect for the head coach. So he had no respect for McDaniel.
He didn't say that. He said he just wanted to go to a team where there was a lot of respect for the head coach.
Let me ask you a question. That man's played for 4 teams.
He's had problems with all of them.
No, he has not.
Okay.
No, he has not. He's only had a problem with one coach.
Jacksonville, he had some problems in Jacksonville.
He had a problem with Jacksonville's management because they didn't want to give him the bag. He had no problem with Doug Maroney. He had no problems with Sean McVay. He loved Sean McVay to this day.
That's why he stayed there.
To this day, as a matter of
fact. So he has a problem with money, it looks like.
He has a problem with you're not going to pay him the money, and he has a problem with the coach.
So it sounds like more of a Jalen Ramsey problem with money than anything else.
No, it sounds like a head coach problem. Listen, there are certain people you just don't feel it.
Well, he said he wanted to go to a team that had respect, a lot of respect for the head coach. But then he didn't stop there. He said he wanted to join a team that's going to be able to compete.
That's on your coach. If your team doesn't compete, that's a reflection on your coach.
He also said somewhere where they would use his diverse talents.
Well, I don't know about that. That sounds like maybe Anthony Weaver. He's trying to take. I don't want to say he's taking a shot, but if you want to say utilize your talents, what you feel like you're being limited playing one position, you want to be a rover, you want to be used differently in different schemes. Cool, bueno. I'm fine with that. But clearly you don't respect your coach. And you probably never respected your coach.
I mean, Tanner Connor said it a couple of days ago without naming names, said last month, Mike hasn't changed at all. I think maybe the emphasis around him and respecting him more as a player has changed as we've gotten rid of some players who might have not been respectful. Didn't say any names.
Right. But you notice something that and then I'll give you this because you called this out maybe like a month ago. Maybe older veterans don't respect Mike McDaniel, but the young guys will. So you said something. The Dolphins were an older team last season.
That's true.
And then now, after getting rid of a certain amount of the veteran players, they're a younger team. They're one of the younger teams in the league.
Seventh youngest.
So if you're a young guy, you're trying to earn your keep. You're trying to make a name. You're not established. You're trying to get established. So you're gonna listen to everything coaches say.
Right. And there's no track record to it either.
Right. But guess what? If you're a player like Jalen Ramsey, who's been in the league, playing in the league longer than Mike McDaniel's been coaching the league, and you've been around some great coaches that you have, that garnered your respect, you're going to look at somebody differently.
Yeah, it's like when you get your first job, you don't know how bosses are supposed to be, so you think your boss is your boss. That's how bosses are.
Low-key, you don't know how Calais Campbell might have been like, Calais might have been like, damn, I got to be the leader of this thing. Like, I might have just came, you might have come here to just be like, all right, I'm going to come help out. Oh, snap. Damn, there's a lot of mess that I'm got to deal with. Oh, man.
I don't need to be a coach and a player. I want to be a
right?
player.
Like, Teron might have been Teron. Because Teron Armstead is weird. Teron Armstead is weird to me.
He wants to be a coach now.
Do you want to play or not?
He wants to be a coach.
Then get him with him.
He's on the sidelines coaching.
So, but obviously Armstead has respect for McDaniel and stuff like that. But this is
he wouldn't still be around.
Right, but it's just there's other players that might not have respected Mike McDaniel, and I can understand.
That's
I know,
what I'm saying, Vlad.
Now I understand. I could see why, because of maybe clashes of personalities, but
yeah, it's like this. You get your first job in whatever field it may be, whether it's broadcasting, whether it's architecture, whether it's investment funds. And your first boss, that's all you know. And you say, I respect him or her. They're my boss. And as you go on the years and you have different bosses, you start saying, well, this girl or guy isn't that good, or this girl or guy is great because you have more experience. Maybe the Dolphins realize, we got to start over fresh with Mike McDaniel because he doesn't have a lot of respect from the guys that, have more experience. So you get the young guys who don't know any better. And now you can reset the tone once again, changing the culture around the team. And Mike McDaniel could say, I got to put my foot down a little bit more.
Well,
I got a fresh start. Let's do this.
Put your foot. I mean, that's the thing though. If you're 4 years in, you shouldn't be having to change your philosophy.
Well, yeah, but that's the thing. Maybe it's a reboot that this team is doing. That's why they've gone younger.
But what happens if things crap the bed?
It gets really sticky. It gets
so
nasty.
then you know what happens? Then the fan base goes, we let some of these great players for this coach, and they didn't respect them, and we thought it was the players' fault, and it wasn't. Well, then what happens? This is it. I ain't gonna hold you, bro. I'm loving this. I'm gonna love this season.
I'm excited about the season, to be honest with you.
About this season because
you should be if you're a Dolphins fan.
I'm not a Dolphins fan, but I'm excited for the season.
But
I'm excited to see how if it blows up, if it shines. Because the fact that so many people hate their own players on their team, like, listen, as a Jet fan, there are players that upset me, but I don't hate them the way certain players on this team is hated by the fan base.
People hate players on this team?
Yeah. They hate the starting quarterback. Some people are against the starting wide receiver.
I think every Dolphins fan is all for every Dolphins player playing well and winning games.
No. That's BS. All Dolphins fans they have some sort of respect for every player except for one. And it's not the quarterback. It's Liam Eichenberg. But other than that, there are a lot of there's a lot of people in this fan base that don't like the players. Coaches is coaching, general manager, we all get that. But there's people that in a certain fan base that don't like the players. So in their respect, they want this thing to blow up.
No. People
yes.
don't buy season tickets and want their team to lose.
There are certain members, I tell you, I bet you there are people in this fan base that would love for them to fail so that they could blow this up, restart this again. But you said something that was right. There's a lot of talented players on this roster. So therefore, if you have all these talented players on this roster and you're winning, but you're not winning to the point where the media or the fans can say, oh, this is a true contender. Oh, this Miami Dolphin team, they're going places. They might be a championship contender. If you're not there, you're stuck in mediocrity. What do you do?
If you ask a Dolphins fan and they're honest with you, would you prefer a 5-win season or a 10-win season? If they're honest with you, would take the 10-win season every year. I don't think there's a Dolphins fan out there that honestly would tell you, no, give me 5. If you are, let me know. And seriously, be honest. 305-567-0560. You would take a 5-win season this year over a 10 or 11-win season.
Yes, I think some people are. Dude, I'm being called a hater and a Tua lover. I love this. Is what I'm going to enjoy this season.
Okay, last but not least, let's put a bow on this. With Jalen Ramsey, he finished off this whole little pep talk by saying
he was going in.
He said he prayed to God.
And God told me.
And God said, please reveal what you want from me. Okay. Punch.
Wait.
Good Lord, I love you.
Dan, have I not been didn't I not tell everybody 2 months ago that they had beef?
Yeah.
Didn't I tell you this is not going to end the way that many people thought it was going to end? Like they're being traded. Even you thinking, days of them, like,
I thought the Dolphins.
You thought that, then nothing's happened. Everything's going to be cool. And I'm like, nah, he's going to get traded, bro. He's getting traded. He does not respect Mike McDaniel. He doesn't respect him. And now he's basically in these, on this tour right now. And he's trying to politically correct say how he feels about Mike McDaniel.
Right, with indirect saying, you know what?
Yeah,
He's gone. No use of crying over spilled milk anymore. Just wanted to let you know what Jalen Ramsey was saying without actually saying what he was saying. So he's on a team that definitely respects their head coach. Do they have a chance? That remains to be seen. Nonetheless, we shall see you, Jalen Ramsey, and the Pittsburgh Steelers on December 15th in Pittsburgh, which I have already secured a victory for our Miami Dolphins by asking Santa Claus for that win. Oh, want to go to phone lines? Josh on line 1, 305-567-0560. Josh, what's happening?
How are you?
Feeling all right, Josh?
So I heard what you said, and I respect your opinion. I don't know why I got a bad echo for some reason. I've been a Dolphins fan since the 80s, and, you know, it seems like Ross has this pet project of this little investment of his to try and make some money, and the team is part of it. And I'm sick and tired of seeing these teams fail and fail and fail. And look, to answer your question, a 5-win season, I hope they go winless, because then this guy, Jeff Ross, might sell the team and say, football's not for me, and start over from fresh and get somebody like Dan Campbell back here who actually is a good coach.
So you would take a winless Dolphins team this year over a 10 or 11 win Dolphins team?
Well, wait. Before you answer that, he meant Stephen Ross. I don't think he wants Jeff Ross to be paying anything, because then he'll just be doing, celebrity roast. But he's talking about Stephen Ross. Go ahead.
Yeah, did I say Jeff? Sorry. Yeah, the owner. And I'm going to the home opener. I've had season tickets in the past. I've just gotten sick and tired of the politics and the business aspect of it. And, the players down here, like you said, they do not respect this coach. Nobody respects that GM. I certainly don't. I mean, I've been watching these Dolphins since the 80s when Marino went to the Super Bowl. Well, where have they been since? Absent. It's horrible. It's pathetic. And I'm even going to the game this year in Madrid and the home opener, because my buddies, they still hold on to that dream, where I realize it's a business and they really got to make some serious changes here. It's just pathetic from a fan's perspective who's been a diehard Dolphin fan their whole life and lived in South Florida. And, there's really nothing to show for it. One loss in the 80s in the Super Bowl.
Well, no, I do understand. As a fan, it does suck when your owner treats your team as a business and as not as their pet project or their baby. I do understand that. I think Stephen Ross is kind of in the middle, where he does kind of want it to be his baby, but at the same time, I do think he does run it like a business, and that is very frustrating. But to these games that you're going to, the one in Madrid, the home opener, you're going to be cheering for the Dolphins to lose those games, because you said you'd rather them go winless than win 10 or 11 games this year.
Yeah, because they have to have a reset. The coach has lost the locker room. The GM is making decisions that just aren't, they're not prudent.
But fam, why would you spend all that money to go to Spain and watch your team play just for them to lose and want them to lose?
Well, like I said, I grew up in Miami. I'm still a diehard. There was no other the NFL team that I root for, but I'm going also because it's a trip to Spain.
Yeah.
I mean, you can't lose
Yeah, I'm going with the same guys that are going to both games with me. They're diehard, and they just don't see reality. I do, and I always kind of joke. We always have little side bets, and I win a lot because they bet for the Dolphins with their heart, and I bet based on smart decisions.
I understand where you're coming from, but yes, Stephen Ross, though, it does seem like sometimes he does run this team as a business and not as his pet project. We shall see. I'm hoping the Dolphins win 10, 11 games. I'm hoping they don't lose any games this year, but, we'll just take it as it is. Thank you. You are a true fan, though. I will say that, because whether you want your team to go undefeated or lose every game, you do care about the team. I can tell deep down inside your heart, because you're going to these games. You're still following this team after all the heartbreak they put you through. So thank you for being a true fan and sticking with your team. I do appreciate that.
Thank you. Great show, by the way.
Oh, thank you. It's all because of that right there. So, yeah, you got me. Some Dolphins fans do not want a successful Dolphins team this year in their heart of hearts. Whew. All right. That's something right there. Up next, going to do some quick something or nothing here on Sports Day 560 WQAM and 104.3. Doing something or nothing on a sports day, 104.3 FM WQAM, Miami's sports leader. That's something. I asked Dolphin fans, would you rather win only 5 games this year or 11 games? And some people are saying they hope we lose every game this year so we can rebuild and redo this whole thing. 561 just texted in. It's funny to hear fans say McDaniel has lost the locker room. They don't know if he has or hasn't. From reports, the people that are in the locker room, reporters, they said he has not lost the locker room. So that's my only insight. Somebody else says they'd go to Spain just for the food. It's delicious. I'd go to Spain for a lot more reasons than just the food.
I go to Spain for a La Liga game. I don't want to go to Spain to watch my team lose.
Dolphins might get a win against the Washington Commanders.
They might, but I don't want to go there and
you don't just go
wishing.
You don't just go for the game. You don't just go for the food. You don't just go for the culture. You go for all of it. It's a good time. Plus, you have some familiarity with Dolphins fans and some camaraderie. I love road games. They're awesome, especially when they're in Spain. Not cheap, but awesome. Let's do something or nothing, Vlad, where you decide whether it is something or nothing at all. Let's get things started with the Brewers. They got a late rally last night to win 6-5 over Cincy. That is their franchise record 14th straight win. Is that something or nothing?
It's something. I got to give these small market teams credit because this is their second double-digit winning streak this season.
Yes. Marlins ended the 11-game winning streak earlier.
They're they're playing like the best team in baseball right now.
This is the time to start playing like it too.
And a lot of small markets. Seattle's moved up. Seattle's moved up where they're in the AL West chase with the Houston Astros. The NL Central, a lot of teams are moving up. Cincinnati's moving up in the wild card. It's going to be very interesting Major League Baseball postseason because you're going to see a lot of big market teams and small market teams, and it seems like the small market teams are better than the big market teams right now.
It does seem that way.
Dodgers and Padres are going at it in the NL West. You got the Yankees and Red Sox trying to catch the Blue Jays. Detroit.
Unbelievable year.
Yeah, but they started to struggle a little bit, and Cleveland, the Guardians were playing better baseball. Got good baseball going every way. But I think Fox and those baseball networks would love to see the Dodgers, Yankees, Mets, and Astros or Padres or Red Sox in the league championship series.
Do you know who the toast of New York is right now, Vlad?
The toast of New York. It ain't Judge. Oh, it's Jackson Dart.
Jackson Dart, 14 for 16, 137 yards, 2 touchdown drives. They defeat the Jets 31-12. Yeah. Jackson Dart making Brian Daboll go, did I say that Russell Wilson's our starting quarterback? Take back seats time. No, maybe not. Is that something or another what Jackson Dart's doing this preseason?
It's something
exciting.
Good. It's something exciting for the fan base, for the Giants fan base to know that they may have their quarterback of the future. But guess what? This is Brian Daboll's last
He's being like guys on the hot seat.
No. Hot seat? Forget about that. He's on a cauldron of fire, Brady. Okay. Yo, you ever see those cooks that barbecue and they take like forever to barbecue? They got like this ridiculous, like rigged up grill and everything.
Wars, yeah.
That is Brian Daboll. He is so cooked right now. So cooked.
If you know how to pull a rabbit out your hat, now's the time to do it, Mr. Daboll. And you might have done it with Jackson Dart.
But here's the problem, though. Russell's starting. You didn't pay Russell that money for him not to start.
Brian Daboll's at the point where money don't mean nothing. You do whatever it takes to win games.
In order for you to win, you might have to put that rookie so that you could hit your hit your wagon with the rookie. Like, hey man, you see what I've done with him in his rookie year? Let me, give me some time to mold him, and he could be the next Eli.
Yeah.
That's what I would say, but he doesn't have that I don't think he has that grace. He has to win now. So I think if he's gonna have to win now, he's going with the vet.
Yep. Okay. Liam Gallagher of Oasis has been banned from tossing maracas into the crowd after he injured a fan at an Oasis concert the other day. Something or nothing.
I mean, is he throwing it with
I'm sure not.
Is he throwing it with some velocity?
He's not throwing Jansen junk fastballs out there.
But put it this way, it's probably good for him not.
Right. Just play it safe,
Yeah, just don't throw it. Lawsuits, everything. Now we don't need that.
Sean Kingston's been sentenced to 42 months in prison for fraud. It's a scheme that he made over $1 million with. Something or nothing.
He's doing 3 years, 3.5.
Brought a serious deal.
Oh man, what did his mother get? Because I heard his mother was the ringleader.
I didn't see. The mother hasn't been sentenced yet, from what I understand.
Yeah, he'll be out in he'll be out in a year and a half.
Here's a feel-good story for you, Vlad. Yeah, he's not going to spend all 42 months in there. A woman on vacation in Toronto was at the Holiday Inn, thought she had to go number 2, but it ended up being child number 3.
She had twins?
No, she thought she had crap, but she ended up having a kid.
Oh!
Her 3rd child.
Wait, repeat that again?
She thought she had to go number 2, but ended up having her 3rd child.
How the hell did she not know she was pregnant?
That's the thing. If it's your first child, I mean, when I say maybe, I use that term very, very loosely.
Aren't your belly big? Isn't your belly like protruding out?
But I mean, you've had 2 before.
Fat?
You know the signs of being pregnant.
Unless she was already
Doesn't matter.
big.
You would know the signs of being pregnant. You've already had 2 kids.
You went to go take. Hold up.
She went to take a dump on
Time out.
vacation.
Aren't they? Listen, listen. Don't things stop when you're pregnant for women?
I would think, yeah.
Like,
I don't know for sure.
Isn't your regulations
never been
kind of
pregnant.
changed? Like, I don't know.
I would think you just know.
I would think you would know. Wait a minute. You just went to go take a crap and a baby came out? Like, that's wild.
It happens all the time.
That's wild to me. No.
I got one more that's wild for you, though.
No.
What can you do?
No. No. And you've already had 2 children.
I know, that's the thing. If it's your first.
No.
All right.
Yeah, I know what happened. I know what happened.
No, I don't think you do.
Yeah, I do. That's a side baby. That's a side baby. Her husband or the father of her 2 kids is not the father of this 3rd child.
We'll wait for the DNA test. Okay, I do want to get to this one more. A woman is considering divorcing her husband after he blew up an airplane bathroom. When I say blow up with his rear end.
Yeah. He took a deuce.
Yeah. So bad, she's now considering divorcing him.
Because he took a deuce?
Because it was so nasty and vile.
Well,
She got the icks.
First of all, time out. See, now we can't be stupid. How long have they been going out?
She got the ick.
Wait, how long
They're married.
So then, wait a minute. So this is the first time she went into a bathroom that he took a deuce in?
When you get the ick, though, Vlad, it's over.
They really mean the ick.
You haven't been watching the rom-coms on TV?
It depends on what ick she's getting.
She says she got the icks. She got the ick.
She got the ick.
There's no coming back from getting the ick, from what I understand.
Yeah, she got ick from somebody else.
I'm watching that I'm not watching a reality show. I'm watching that rom-com show with Kristen Bell, and she's marrying like a Jewish rabbi, and she got the ick one point, and apparently when you get the ick, it's over. My thing is, like, if you're going to blow up, you can't be blowing up mobile bathrooms.
Well, first of all, you don't know what the man ate. It might have been a concoction of food.
It's also he's on a plane, because my stomach gets messed up on planes too.
Well,
I don't travel well.
Well, then therefore you gotta. Well,
That's why I don't eat or drink the night.
I will put blame on him. You gotta understand. You might not want to eat certain things, and then you have to go use the bathroom.
Sushi.
Yeah, because I don't want to be right in this. I don't want to be sitting center. What if you're sitting center aisle?
And I mean, people know if you blow up a bathroom on an airplane.
Well, everybody knows when you get up and use the bathroom.
Yeah, you're going for
by the way, once that door opens, the stench travels along the plane. Everybody gonna know it's you. Then you're the one, mind you. Remember, it's an airplane, so you're the only person that's gotten up.
Yeah, and come back to seat. That's nasty. I got the ick now.
Nah, but you can't leave me because of my dookie stinks.
Yeah, I know.
You can't.
You got to get rid of that ick. Put that in the wedding vows. Put it for better or for worse. Sickness and health.
For bad stench and good stench.
For dropping you know what to not dropping
good
you know
deuce
what.
and bad deuce.
Yeah. That's how we do things, man. That's how we do things. Next hour, we're going to have Daniel Solana. Going to talk a little bit about Messi and Inter Miami. But first, we got some headlines to get to. That is coming up here on Sports Day 560 WQAM and 104.3 FM WQAM, Miami Sports Leader. A lot of people weighing in on some of the stuff we've been talking about, like the Dolphins and how they need to just blow it all up. Also, about a guy blowing up an airplane bathroom with his rear end and his wife wanting to leave him. And even Cap for Life says, I'm reporting that this woman that gave birth to her third child when she was on vacation because she thought she had a really big deuce that she had to take. How did she not know she was pregnant? And I'm all nonchalant about it. We hear about it all the time.
Nah, fam.
You've seen Maury Povich.
I gotta see how she is.
You've seen Jenny Jones.
No, I gotta see how she looks because there's no way you're gonna
She
tell
looked
me.
like a normal lady to me.
You seen the picture?
Yeah.
Oh, send it to me.
I gotta go back and look up everything.
No, because there's no way you're not gonna know. You haven't been
I
pregnant.
actually knew a girl
That didn't know she was
that
pregnant.
did not know she was pregnant. She went to the bathroom and dropped a baby.
You don't feel cramps?
She said she had no. I think they deny it to themselves a little bit. I don't know though. I've never been pregnant. I don't know. It's hard to ask the questions too. Like,
No,
like
it's not
what you're
that
asking.
hard. It's not hard.
I'm like, so you got a beautiful baby.
It's black. You're white.
Couple
What's
extra
going on?
questions to ask you. Like, do you know who the father is?
I'm definitely gonna have. Fam, come on, man. You can't be. You want to go take a deuce and then you could drop a 12-pound baby. That's crazy. That's not the.
She said she thought
Like you literally were dropping kids in the pool. You really went to go drop kids in the pool.
literally.
Literally and figuratively speaking. Yes.
It does boggle my mind, but then again, I don't know.
That's crazy. There's no way. No, I'm thinking you cheating on me. There's no way. You're not gonna know that you're pregnant.
Why does your mind go to the worst?
Why wouldn't it? Because that's one of the worst things that could possibly happen when you go take a deuce and then you come in now you dropping a baby.
Well, I mean, you can't hide the baby from the father unless you. That also does happen sometimes.
Okay, then. So I'm not. What are you talking about?
But she wouldn't have told the father. She was just. I don't know. A lot of
You're
questions.
fat. There's no way you're gonna.
You want me to try to find her and maybe have her
because
as a guest on the show?
Guess
Why
what?
not?
Because here's what you're not. What if she comes up and like, oh yeah, I went to go use the bathroom yesterday and your baby came out. Wait, what? I'm gonna be the dad. Be like, what baby? When were you pregnant?
All right. Well, let's try to find her and let's see if we can't get her on the show.
You know what? We need a producer for that.
I'm looking it up right now. I'm gonna.
Am I wrong, guys? Like, wouldn't you want to like if your girl tells you that?
Oh, here we go.
Okay.
But I got the story right now. Let's see what she looks like. I'll send it to you right now. Just, I mean, this is obviously fascinated listeners and Vlad alike.
I'm dude. Anybody. If
To me, it's just normal story, man.
It's not normal to me for a girl to say, "Yeah, I just went to use the bathroom and I dropped the baby, a human baby."
I had no idea I was pregnant until I gave birth on the toilet on my vacation.
On vacay.
Helen and Michael Green, 45 years old, were on vacation in Toronto for a 10-day road trip with their 6-year-old daughter, Darcy. Though they had no idea Helen was 9 months pregnant, they arrived at a Holiday Inn hotel room May 21st, tucked into bed by 11 p.m. Less than 3 hours later, the Brit from Bristol, so it's a British woman, woke up with a stomach pain and ran towards the bathroom with a sudden urge to push. I had no idea what was happening. My body took over. After 2 massive pushes, there was a baby, so she picked her up out of the toilet and held her in my arms.
What God? What is this, man?
Well, imagine her husband's shock when he woke up to the sound of a crying infant. Michael immediately called the first responders. A fire crew arrived within 10 minutes to take them into the Mount Sinai
I'm calling
hospital.
that baby's father. That's what I'm doing.
I was in such a daze. We could hardly work out what was going on, Michael said. We didn't know if the baby was
Shorty did that on purpose.
was well or it was full term.
Or mine.
We didn't even check to see whether it was a boy or a girl.
Or mine.
Paramedic told us. He didn't say that. Helen had experienced what medical pros call a cryptic pregnancy.
Yeah, side piece mission.
Despite experiencing regular periods along the way. So you can still have periods when you're pregnant, Vlad.
Oh, you still got, all right, I don't know. I'm not a woman.
This is science.
All right, so you still, all right, cool.
Okay, this is the part that gets weird. I had no idea at all
Her
that I was
stomach's not
pregnant.
showing. Time out, though. There's trimesters to this thing.
Everything seemed completely normal. I worked, exercised, drank, wore my same clothes, ate food as usual.
Wait, she was still drinking?
I threw the drinking in there.
Oh, okay.
Even the doctor at the hospitals were really surprised, she said. Helen had no symptoms during the pregnancy and experienced a series of miscarriages giving birth to Darcy, so she assumed she was perimenopausal. So a lot of things coming into play, man. I see a picture of her. She's okay. I see she's a normal looking woman.
So if she's a normal looking woman, how much did the baby weigh? Why wasn't her stomach showing, bro?
She's not a skinny woman.
Oh, so she's a biggin.
No, she's a normal sized woman.
So her stomach should show then.
She probably has a little bit of a belly. I don't know. She doesn't. They're not showing everything in these.
There are
pictures.
features in her body that would be enhanced if pregnant.
Nonetheless.
I'm calling Cap. Side mission. She cheated.
I disagree.
I think she cheated. Side mission. She was trying to. Even the delivery sounded like, oh, let me do it late night when he's groggy. He won't remember. Side, nah, man. You're not gonna be 30. You had a baby. You're 45. You have a 6-year-old, and you're telling me you're not. Come on, man. You're not gonna know when you're pregnant.
They didn't say if there was a DNA test or not in this article.
I guarantee you there won't be.
He's secure in that it's his child. Real quick, we got to get to Daniel Salon in a minute. Let's get some headlines besides women having babies in bathrooms on vacation that didn't know they were pregnant and were trying to take a deuce.
in Toronto.
In Toronto. And then after the birth, they went to a Toronto Blue Jays game. They have a picture of them at the Blue Jays
with the
game.
baby?
Yeah. Yeah, I've sent you all the stuff. Now, if you can get to work on trying to get her on this show, I'll send.
I did all the work, Vlad. Now it's on you to get. I will.
Just be respectful. Like I said,
I'm always.
No, you're gonna start calling. Who are you sleeping with?
No,
what side pieces that banged you?
I won't ask her that.
Surprised the baby isn't black.
I won't ask her that until I know she's on the show.
I think a lot of people would be fascinated with that interview, and then we could ask her how the Blue Jays game went, and we could talk sports because she's obviously somewhat of a sports fan. Instead of having Daniel Solano, we can have her on that week, and she can talk about English Premier League soccer.
Unless she tells me Fred McGriff is the father of that baby, I don't know about that. I didn't hear that.
All right.
And by the way, you went all the way from England to go watch the Toronto Blue Jays? That's kind of weird.
And the guy, he's British, was wearing a Bass Pro Shops hat in one of the pictures. That family disturbs me.
I'm telling you,
something's not right about that family.
I smell
this story, this story might not be real.
I know. I'm telling you, I know. Come on, man. You're not.
The New York Post.
You ain't gonna BS. You ain't gonna BS a BS.
It's not. It's from the New York Post.
So what? You don't think the Post be looking for the funniest and craziest?
No. What I'm saying is, it's not from some like unknown website.
It's. I know it's from the Post, but the Post.
They're at the Blue Jays game. I'm telling you. All right. Well, Daniel Salon's about to hop on real quick. We have got Marlins baseball going on right now. They are down. I want to say 2-1.
Are they still down to 3-1?
3-1 now. Okay, so Jansen jumped.
Bottom of the 7th.
Well, one home run. Unfortunately, the outfielder fell out of his glove and went
it was
the
a
fence.
2-run jack. Yeah, he should have caught that. By the way, I am pretty impressed that he's gone 6+.
Yeah, they're in the 7th inning.
77
pitches too.
That's pretty damn good,
Wheeling
bro.
and dealing, man. Okay. Got a little bit of football action going on right now. Also, the Saints are already getting whooped apparently by the Jaguars, who are coming to town next week. And then tonight we got Bills, Bears. Let's not play around anymore. Let's go ahead and take a step into the day spa. Talked about that guy winning the Powerball and kicking a Florida deputy. People are wilding. A Washington, D.C. man is facing felony charges after slapping a federal agent with a sandwich.
She might have deserved it.
Hit him with a sandwich.
She might have deserved it.
It was a guy-on-guy crime.
He might have deserved it.
I mean, if you're going to slap me with something, I'd rather be slapped with a sandwich.
Right?
I mean, I might as well get lunch out of the
than a hand.
Ooh, I almost said a dirty word. I might as well get lunch out of the mother. All right.
Oh, man.
Daniel Solano's going to jump on in a minute. What's up?
We have a trade. We have a trade in.
I thought you were going to talk about a pregnant woman that
No.
Burger King bathroom.
No. Adam Schefter just sent the Houston Texans are sending wide receiver John Mechie to the Philadelphia Eagles.
Oh, the Eagles.
Wow. John Mechie was a hell of a receiver at Alabama. Unfortunately, he got that leg injury, I think, in the semifinals or championship game, and never rounded into anything in Houston. But all right.
So there you go. That's some breaking news. Daniel Salon going to be next talking about that Messi mania. Messi's back, and he's as good as ever. He's in Miami in the hunt. We shall find out next here on Sports Day 560 WQAM and 104.3 FM WQAM, Miami Sports Leader. Sports Day 104.3 FM WQAM, Miami's sports leader. We've been talking Dolphins a lot today. We've been talking about women who didn't know they were pregnant and gave birth while on vacation. And now we're talking about Lionel Messi and
That's
Inter
a
Miami.
golazo.
That is a big time golazo right there with our expert from Battered Herons podcast, Daniel Solana. First things first, Daniel Solana, want to greet you and welcome you to the new WQAM on FM 104.3 FM WQAM, Miami sports leader. Let them hear your voice in the old FM dial and the modulation.
Well, good afternoon, fellas. Good afternoon, listeners. And yeah, congratulations to you guys on moving into FM. I was listening to the radio station all week, and it sounds nice and crisp on HD FM radio. I'll tell you that.
Messi took some time off with that bad hamstring. He looked nice and crisp last night with a goal and an assist, but
that assist was crazy.
you have to look at the record without Messi. You say, Messi, he's not there. He goes down early against Necaxa. They find a way to get a draw and win that game in the shootout. They play Pumas from Liga MX. They get a 3-1 win. They go up to Orlando. They get beat 4-1 without Messi. Last night, he comes back. LA Galaxy, the worst team in MLS. You get a 3-1 win. How important is Messi to this team, short-term and long-term? Because it kind of seems like you have to break it down both ways, Daniel.
Yeah, I mean, he's definitely one of the key figures, right, on this team. The way that Mascherano has his tactics, and we'll get into that later. I have my own opinions about Mascherano, but the way his tactics and his system runs is all through Messi. So when Messi is not there, you don't have anybody to give the ball to who can create like the greatest of all time can create. And you saw when he came in last night, Mascherano inserted him and Rodrigo de Paul at halftime. The game completely changed from Inter Miami. It opened up. Inter Miami attacked more in the second half. He got that beautiful, absolutely beautiful goal. And then, like you said, Vlad, the assist. Oh my goodness, that back heel. But I'll tell you this, the fact that he had the vision to see that is unbelievable. The fact that Suarez made the run knew that was coming is even more impressive, because not every forward is going to make that sort of run that Suarez made. But nonetheless, Messi came back yesterday. He had an absolutely great game, 45 minutes, a goal and an assist. But fellas, I think he came back a little too early. I don't know if you saw the whole game, but I think he came back a little too early. If you were really watching closely, something felt a little off. He was grabbing at his leg at points of the game. And then as soon as the final whistle blew, he bolted, didn't stick around, didn't celebrate, didn't exchange jerseys with anybody on the other team, completely left the field and headed home. So I know everybody wanted to see him get minutes yesterday because everybody wants to see Messi play. But I think the smartest thing for Mascherano would have been to hold off, because the big game is on Wednesday against Tigres when Inter Miami hosts them at 8 p.m. Chase Stadium for the quarterfinals of the Leagues Cup.
But Daniel, I'm happy that you brought up Suarez and his genius of knowing his teammates so well and making that run. It was obviously that's one of those you don't need non-public, non-speaking, just acumen. I know you, you know me. But I'm shocked that you said that point, that you thought it was they brought him in early, because you wouldn't want him to go into that game on Wednesday night without at least seeing some sort of action. Were you upset that he played 45 minutes? Maybe you might have think maybe a little 20, maybe 22 minutes. Maybe he subs in the 70th or 71st minute. Would have been able, or you didn't want to see him at all yesterday?
I didn't want to see him at all. You're playing the absolute worst team in the MLS. You have to be able to find a way to beat them. LA Galaxy hasn't won a game on the road all season. So you have to think that you with Rodrigo de Paul, with Busquets, with Alba. By the way, what a beautiful connection between Busquets and Alba on the first Inter Miami goal last night. Only those two know how to find each other that way. But you have to think that you could have gotten by the LA Galaxy without Lionel Messi. And look, I know that folks say that he should have got 20 minutes or whatever the time may be, so that he gets some sort of game time action. But he's getting action against some of the best players players in the world daily at practice. So, I just don't think, and I'm not part of that club that thinks that he needs game time experience to get ready for that game. I think they could have inserted him. Yeah, it might have taken him 10, 15 minutes to get into the game, against Tigres. But after that, he would have been flying like absolutely normal. And you would have given him an extra 4 days off to prepare for that game without having to go through a 45-minute stretch like he did on Saturday.
So without Messi against Tigres, who is a formidable opponent, they're not the top of the table. They're high end of the table of Liga MX, and they are a traditional powerhouse across the world. What chance do you give Inter Miami without Messi to actually beat Tigres this Wednesday at 8:00?
I don't really give him a shot at all. If Messi doesn't play, I don't think that they can get by Tigres. Yes, Tigres lost this weekend against rival America, but Tigres is absolutely stacked. They've got great players. They have Juan Bruneta in the midfield. They have, of course, probably the most recognizable name that a lot of folks know around the globe, André Pierre Gignac, as their forward. They also brought in a amazing signing in the Argentinian Angel Correa, that was formerly playing on Atletico de Madrid. So they are absolutely stacked on their side. With Messi, it's going to be a very tough game. I think Inter Miami can get by them with Messi. Without Messi, unfortunately, I don't give them much of a shot to get by. Maybe if they can defend very well, which is unfortunately one of their weakest points, and find a way to sneak out a 0-0 draw or a 1-1 draw and then beat them on the penalties, that could be a way to go. But with Messi, I absolutely give them a shot. It's going to be an absolute tough game. I guarantee, if you want to see some beautiful football, I know the midweek games are tough to get to, especially with the stadium where it's at, but I would definitely get out there. And even if you don't support either team, get out there, because there's a lot of good players that are going to be on the field on Wednesday night.
Why are you upset with the head coach's game plan?
Oh my gosh, it's not just his game plan. Honestly, I've had absolutely enough of Javier Mascherano on that sideline. Like, I'm sick of it. I'm done. Really, guys, tell me what he actually does, because game after game, it's the same thing. It's the same shape. It's the same lifeless ideas, no real adjustments, zero progress, nothing new. And I'm going to keep it real with you, right? It's not just his tactics. It's not his tactic that's keeping this team alive. It's the stars, right? It's Messi, it's Suarez, it's Busquets, it's Alba that's basically saving his behind every single game, week after week, because he doesn't change absolutely anything. I want to take you back to a point in last night's game. Inter Miami is up 1-0. LA Galaxy makes a sub and puts Painso, who was playing center forward for the Galaxy in the first half, brings them out wide and puts them one-on-one against Chelo Wigant. He burned Chelo Wigant twice, and Mascherano did nothing. Third time, he burned him and scored the game-tying goal, and then we had to hope for some Messi magic, or for some of the Avengers, like they like to call them now, to come up with some magic to get us over the hump and get us those 3 points. But, gentlemen, those are the types of things where if the guy gets burned once, if the guy gets burned twice, you have to make a substitution, especially when you have Ian Frey, who's much faster on the bench and could definitely hang one-on-one with Joseph Paintsill. So those are the types of things that it just bothers me at this point. He doesn't see those in-game changes that he needs to make, or changing the formation in the middle of the game to make it better for his team. He doesn't see those things. And right now, I think he's just along for the ride. I think the stars are dragging him across the line. And to me, that's not coaching. That's freeloading. And that's what I'm calling him. He's a freeloader.
That's what I want to ask you. What if Mascherano says, yes, Daniel Solana, but that's my genius. I get out of the way and let the stars win the game. What would you say to that?
No, because you have to make substitutions. You have to make the correct substitutions. You have players who are already criticizing him for coming out into the media, criticizing him for not getting enough minutes, like Fafa Pico, like Benjamin Kremaski. Both of them start last game. Benjamin Kremaski did absolutely nothing. Absolutely nothing. Fafa had a pretty good game, but he doesn't make those changes that you need to make. He waits too long to make the changes. He's more of a reactionary coach than a coach that's going to do something. So I think he needs to either show up or shut up, and he either needs to show us where his cojones are, or he needs to step, because we need a coach that can definitely command the locker room and can make the substitutions when they need to be made.
And you're talking about Javier Mascherano, right? Correct?
100%.
Because if someone just tuned in and heard you said they need a coach that has control and respect in the locker room, they might have gotten confused. I'm just for clarification. How did you like how he handled the Benjamin Kromansky situation? And we're basically said, I'll play him when I say to play him. He's trying to act tough there.
I loved it because and look, he talks very well to the media. He's a very, very good speaker. But I think he said the right thing there, right? He's a type of player who faced a similar situation in his career as Benjamin Kremaski. This year Benjamin has played right back, he's played left back, he's played center midfielder, he's played winger. He's kind of a Swiss Army knife. And Mascherano, he always played as a center midfielder his whole life until he went to Barcelona, and the coaches there said, no, you're going to play center back. And like he said, okay, I want to play, so I'm going to play center back. So if Benjamin Kremaski wants to play, he's going to play wherever Mascherano puts him. And if he wants to play center midfielder, he's going to have to prove that he's better than Sergio Busquets, which I don't think he is. He's going to have to prove he's better than Rodrigo de Paul, which I don't think he is. And he's not even better than his own teammate Bright. Or at least he's not showing that he's better than him. So he needs to, again, show up or shut up. This is my message to the team at this point.
That's Daniel Solano. He's keeping it a buck, man. I love that.
I'm uncensored today, boys.
I love that. I love that.
It's the FM dial.
It's Inter Miami game day uncensored with Daniel Solano and us right now. DePaul, what do you think? What's your analysis of him so far in his couple of games with Inter Miami's?
I absolutely love him. I love what he's giving to the midfield. You saw yesterday, as soon as they took Kremaski out and inserted DePaul, we had more life in the midfield. And again, we've talked about it before. He's really living up to his nickname, El Motorcito, the engine, because that's exactly what he does in that midfield. He allows Busquets to play a little more freely, not have to worry about coming so far back. And really, he's that box-to-box midfielder that we really missed once we sold Diego Gomez. Now, I almost mentioned this to you. What do you guys think the midfield would look like if we had Diego Gomez, Busquets, and Rodrigo de Paul, two box-to-boxes on the outside and allowing Busquets to play that 5? That would have been fantastic. But I will enjoy the Bright midfield as he's been playing, because I have to give him his flowers. He's been an absolute stud, and he's kept his mouth quiet in terms of not coming out to the media and complaining for playing time. He just keeps his head down and he goes and he proves it on the field, and that's what we want to see as folks who follow the team.
We got the rest of the world kind of getting their start going to the league. You got La Liga, and you also, of course, have
this weekend
Premier League. A lot of people have been superimposing pictures of Lamine Yamal and Messi, how he's the next over there at Barcelona, the next greatest player of all time. Do you see that happening?
There's a possibility, but I think he needs to slow it down. I think he needs to stop in the Neymar route and go more the Messi route, because I see him partying. I see him getting out there, and I get it. But if you want to be the greatest of all time, you can't get into that lifestyle. Did you ever see Messi going out partying when he was young? Did you ever see reports of him he's had nice birthday parties, he's done stuff, but
hold on. Everybody's an individual. There are certain people, they find their high school sweethearts and just want to, link up with their high school sweethearts, make kids, and just live a nice, comfortable life. And then there's like 18-year-old kids who are uber talented, who have flair and charisma, and they want to live their life.
Hey, I'm okay with the parties, but I think he goes over the top. And not only that, I think he comes off as very I don't know, just no, like very full of himself. And I think he needs to, but then he has a terrible PR team, guys. He's got a because they have to explain it to him, and he can't come out and do that.
The boy he just turned 18. I'm not gonna go in on it. Does he need to maybe slow it down? He may, but he's 18, guys. Like, we were all 18 at one time. I know it seemed a long time ago, but we were 18 at one time, and we thought we had the world by the Spaldings.
I mean, I was playing college soccer when I was 18, and I can tell you my teammates were taking down a 30-pack of stones, on a normal weekend. And I was not partaking in absolutely any of that. If anything, I was classy Solana, having my champagne. I would take my champagne to the parties or take my wine, but I had no part in taking down 30 packs of beers.
I'm 18 and I got a hair like that and talent like that. I'm wilding out. I'm having fun. I'm 18.
Choice you make. Let's get back to the today GOAT, which is Lionel Messi. Lionel Messi still rumored to be signing this contract. How close are we getting to Lionel Messi extending his time with Inter Miami?
I think it's going to be over the next couple of weeks. Obviously, like, we've talked about in the past, the Rodrigo de Paul signing was probably the nail in the coffin to getting him to sign that contract. I think they're just going over some final numbers and making sure that maybe he can get whatever he can out of the deal, which I believe he deserves, right? For the viewership, for the attention that he brings to this league. He's been getting a lot of flack that Messi is not an MLS guy, and that Heung-min Son, who is now surpassed apparently Messi in the jersey sales. Folks are saying that he's going to be more of an MLS guy and attract more viewers than what Messi's done. But I think that's absolute hogwash. Nobody in the world attracts more eyes than Lionel Andres Messi. And I mean, look, I think Son is going to bring a lot of viewership, especially from Europe, from Asia, and all that. But honestly, nobody's going to bring the amount of viewership. Now, the key is, how does the MLS keep those viewers once Messi leaves in a couple of years, right?
Exactly. Well, what do you think about earlier this week? Inter Miami sends $175,000 up to Toronto FC. In return, we get another international roster spot. What could be happening in that?
Well, there's rumors that a center back from Cruz Azul, Piovi, is on his way. Apparently, the team and the player have already agreed on terms of the contract. He's a left center back that is 30 years old. And surprise, surprise, where's he from? Argentina. That's a topic for another day, gentlemen. That's a topic for another day. But I like this player. I think he's going to be very good for the team. Apparently, the last we had heard, his team wanted him to play the matchup yesterday against Pumas because they were short on players. And so Inter Miami, agreed to that. So we should be hearing about Piovi over the next few days, whether they make it final or not. And yeah, we have the MLS transfer window is coming to a close here in 4 days on August 21st. So Inter Miami has 2 international roster slots. They also have a U22 roster slot available with the trade or with the sale of Federico Redondo over to Spanish club Elche. And then we also didn't mention that fan favorite Drake Callender was shipped off to Charlotte without his approval or even notice, which I have my own opinion about that. Honestly, this is a business. We don't need to tell you where you're going. We're just going to send you wherever we're going to get the most return. That's the way I see it. A lot of fans are really upset about this, because he was a fan favorite. A lot of folks liked him, and because of his magical 2023 Leagues Cup run. But again, I reiterate, I think the team did the right thing. He was an average goalkeeper, and the team needs to move on and, maybe bring in a fresh face.
Real quick, yes or no, Daniel Solana, Quinn Ewers, the next Dan Marino?
Yes.
Oh, we can't get into that. We don't have enough time. Come on back next week, Daniel Solana, at DCL Danny Batter and Harrods podcast. He is our soccer expert. Daniel Solana, thank you so much.
Thank you, fellas.
We'll be back after this. Sports Day finishing up on a Sunday fun day. My cousin Vladimir Lewis, you got some good news for us. Break it down. What's going on?
Yes, sir. Top of the ninth in Fenway. The Marlins were down 3-2. Dane Myers up to bat. He hits a shot to right center. Goes over the fence. Home run. 3-3. Marlins tie the game. The top of the ninth, and they just put a run on first base. So we have a tied game with a man on first, 1 out. And I don't know if the Red Sox looks like they might be pulling they are pulling the pitcher right now.
And that gets Jansen Junk off the hook.
Yes,
He had a pretty good day.
ND.
7 innings, 6 hits, 3 runs, 3 earned runs, 1 walk, 6 strikeouts, gave up a home run. So
he does, you know what? That's a no decision earned.
Yep.
That's like, for the exception of yesterday, they pitched very well this weekend.
yeah, they just haven't got a lot of run support.
Me being the Yankee fan, I just need the Marlins to beat the Red Sox.
Just win, baby.
Just win.
So we got a lot going on here in and around the sports world. Messi being Messi, we just get used to him scoring a goal and getting an assist every single game. It just seems like it's just what he does. And then we got the Dolphins winning a preseason game. But the main thing that you can take away from that is that everybody, or at least most of the players and the team, seem to take a little bit of a progression and take a step up. Quinn Ewers is probably the biggest step of everyone. Some people think Quinn Ewers is the next Dan Marino. I don't know about that. Zach Wilson also took a step up, and we're probably going to see more of the starters in week 3, which is actually going to be Saturday at 7:00. Vlad will be there in attendance. He's going to get things going for the Miami Dolphins and the Jacksonville Jaguars tonight.
It begins.
Tonight, though, we've got a lot going on, but
what's going on tonight? There's nothing.
You got a Major League Baseball game played in a minor league on a little league park.
All right, I do like that. I've been watching the games that's been going on, and you've seen Randy Evers. What's his name?
Rosarina.
I'm sorry.
Randy Rosarina, Cuban national via Mexico.
I didn't want to mess up his name. It's just that my friend and I, we just called him Randy because that wild card year when he was with the Rays and he was just destroying the Yankees.
And they went all the way and lost to the Dodgers
in the World Series. Yep. But we were like, yo, who the hell is this Randy character?
Nobody knew who he was.
Nobody knew his name. Which is just, this guy just wants Randy.
Rosarina.
So Randy, I'm gonna call him Randy. Randy A. You saw him signing a lot of the autographs for a lot of the players and fans that were at Williamsburg. Pennsylvania right now. So, damn, if he caught that ball, oh my God,
this game would
maybe
be over.
So wait, did he drop it and was the one that hit the home run?
Yeah.
Wow, look at that.
At least you made up for it, Dane Myers.
Dane Myers made up for it. So
at least you made up for it, Dane Myers. Better hit a home run after you gave up a 2-run home run and 2 runs that you shouldn't have been giving up on Jansen Junk.
Yeah, you just love you some Jansen Junk, don't you?
It's my guy. It's my favorite player on the team. Him and Xavier Edwards.
All right, man. So what we learned this weekend?
Quinn Ewers is the next Dan Marino.
No.
Everybody loves Mike McDaniel.
No.
Jalen Wright is an awesome running back.
No.
Ollie Gordon II is an awesome running back.
Yes.
Messi is Messi. Suarez is Suarez.
Yes.
Trying to think what else we got.
Nobody's gonna really miss it with Highsmith.
Highsmith.
Yeah, exactly. The new Brooklyn Net, the former Miami Heat.
Oh, Haywood Highsmith. Yeah.
Yeah.
Haywood Highsmith. So long, farewell. Jimmy Butler somewhere is just laughing like.
Wait, bro, I said, hey, Highsmith, what I said, Highwood Highsmith, I don't know. Nobody knew. It was like, all right.
Like, I saw it coming.
Yeah.
Is Drew Smith going to be the next great player for the Heat? The Heat love Drew Smith, man. They have stuck through 2 years of him having serious injuries, and he's been all right. I mean, but yeah, we learned a lot. We learned a lot this weekend. Of course, we learned the Saints are absolutely terrible. I think they're getting. He just hit a bomb. Jacob Marcy.
2-1 Jack.
Thank you, Jacob Marcy. Man, who had ever thought trading off Luis Arias would work out? I don't know if it's totally worked out, but we got Jacob Marcy, Dylan Head still in the minors. Woo Suk-Go is no longer with the team. He's back maybe selling cars in South Korea. I don't know exactly what's going on with Woo Suk-Go. The internet just stopped following him when he got cut by the Marlins. The Little League World Series continues on. If I see that poor Mexican kid pitches every day. They got this little chunky Mexican kid.
You sure he's a kid?
I don't know. I don't have his birth certificate in front of me.
Okay, I'm just saying. We sure he's a kid. He might be a father of 3. He might be the father of all of them.
He might be the father. Oh yeah, we learned that women can have their period while they're pregnant, and they can think that they are not pregnant and have birth in a Holiday Inn bathroom in Toronto.
And then take the baby to the Blue Jays game the next day. By the way, the baby should be in a hospital.
I mean, she's obviously a very caring mother. She has 2 other kids, except in the picture, she doesn't have 3 kids with her. She has 2. She has the baby and
But you only mentioned the daughter.
yeah,
They never mentioned the second child. They only mentioned she had a daughter at 30, like 6 years ago. But they never mentioned the second child.
Oh no, they only have the daughter, but they said it was her 3rd child.
It's all
This story's not
it's
right.
Yeah, they I think our listeners checked it out. They said it was from the Sun. Anything from the Sun, from Britain papers, it's all made up.
She thought she was going number 2, but it turned out to be kiddo number 3. That's the.
All I know is this: if I'm thinking I'm dropping a deuce and I start seeing hair, I'm wilding out.
Just imagine how it changes your life. That all of a sudden now you have an extra mouth to feed. Oh wait, I know how that feels. Wait a second. It's quite a life changer.
That's only
stream of consciousness right there.
That joke is only for me and you, bro. That joke's only for me and
or
you.
maybe a couple of people that come see us at Duffy's and Plantation.
But literally, that joke's only for me.
I thought somebody else hit a home run. I see.
No, but I don't give a damn. It's 5-3 going into the bottom. Oh, top of the.
Going into the
bottom ninth. Okay.
So we're gonna be okay because AJ Puck is not coming in for the Marlins. Remember, we used to have this issue. Every game we'd get in, go into the ninth, up by 1 or 2, and I'd say, there's no way he is going to puck it up.
Oh,
and
you
would say,
up, all right.
Dan, he is going to do it. And I'd say, nah, he can't do it every time. And he did it every single time.
Puck the jam, puck it up. That's all he does.
He was, man, I'm so glad he's gone. Inter Miami got a really tough test, even with Messi, if Messi plays this Wednesday against Tigres, who are very high up in the rankings, even though it's kind of early on in Liga MX. They did lose to my favorite Liga MX team, America, the other day, which I was very proud of and very happy for. They watched some Premier League. I haven't seen a Chelsea game yet. I've just only whatever's been on Univision. I've been trying to keep an eye on. So other than that, today, I don't think I'm doing anything crazy, Vlad. Are you doing anything crazy after work? Did you go to Hip Hop Backyard yesterday?
Yes, I did.
Good.
It was fun, but the DJ stunk.
Fam,
that's the first time I left early. I left early.
Scenery?
Unbelievable. Great atmosphere once again. I even like last week's. I mean, I like yesterday's atmosphere than the previous one. I went with my boy and we had a great time. This one was like, the ladies were out. Ladies were out and they were looking great. Great atmosphere, great vibe. And then the DJ, dude, his mixing was terrible.
He didn't have
basura. Like it was, fam.
He wasn't in the pocket, or she, or whoever it was.
No, him. It was a he.
He was not in the pocket.
The couple of times I went, the last 2 times I went, the girl that was there, she was in a flow. She was definitely in the pocket. This bum ass, dog. Man, listen.
I'll tell you though.
Let me tell you this. Backyard, if you listen, I know y'all listen. It's your boy Vlad. I don't want that DJ back there next time, bro.
Okay.
I don't. He was horrible. His blends, his mix, his segue, they were all terrible. It was so bad. You know when it's bad? When the MC's got to be like, yo,
cover it up.
Music done. No, we still got the vibe. If you got to do that 3 times within the 30 minutes, man, I was done. I'm talking about he would start playing a good song. Everybody's into it. The girl, and then he just go change it up.
I hate that, man. That's what I.
And then so that when you try to bring it back, you already done messed it up. That nobody's gonna listen to.
I'm walking to the bar or the bathroom at that point.
I'm not picky. He called. I just like continuity and consistency. If you start blending, you start mixing, and you mess up, you gotta understand. Like most of my friends, my best friends are DJs. So I've been going to the clubs for a long time, or going to spots and parties for a long time. So I'm very, if you want to say picky, fine. I'm very particular about when you got a vibe going on. Don't mess up this vibe. The ladies are dancing, the ladies are flowing. You got something here. Keep going there. No, you want to do something stupid and try to mix it up? Hell no.
Damn, New Orleans Saints just tied the Jacksonville Jaguars. I think that's a final score, 17-17. Not to break that up too much, but okay. Maybe there is.
Nah, bro. Like I was so upset with that, man. I was so, and it was, and if you know how upset I had to be, that I left.
Yeah, that's pretty bad.
Like, I'm not that guy. I'm like, nah, you know what, bro? And I started seeing it. Once I saw the ladies were like, I'm like, I see it. I'm like, you just lost the ladies right
Killing
now.
me. When you lose the ladies, you
When
lose
you lose the
everything.
ladies, you
It's
lose
all
everything.
done. You're done.
He was dog.
Oh well.
But you know what pissed me off, Dan? The DJ before that had it. He had it going. It was like one of those things. Oh, I'm gonna let my boy spin for a minute. He's old school, yeah, back to school. And he just, I don't know. It was just nasty work, bro.
All right. Speaking of, I'm gonna do some music today. I think I'm for some reason I'm fiending a Space Dust. You know that Elysian Brewery out of Seattle. Space Dust. It's an IPA. I think I'm gonna pick up one at the Jensen's liquor store.
Yeah,
go
we
see
should've-
Manny. Go
We
see
should've done
Don
a post
Julio.
show. We should have done a post show today.
I would love a post show today.
We got
Our post show. I thought we were gonna do another Miami Dolphins post game show. I was like,
no. Our post show.
The one with Space Dust. And then I got to listen to this band. It's a Colombian band called Bomba Estéreo.
Bomba Estéreo?
Estéreo. Bomba Estéreo. They are coming to Hard Rock Live, and I have tickets, and I have really not heard a lot of their music, so I want to get more familiar with their music before I go see them, because I like to know what I'm listening to. So I'm going to be, if you're walking around North Beach today and you hear somebody drinking IPAs, I don't know how it sounds to drink an IPA, and playing Bomba Estéreo, you can just stop by and say, yo, Dende, what's up? Or you can say it in Spanish too. I can cover both, or French, whichever
¿Qué
one you want to.
pasó, Dande?
Yes, bonjour, comment ça va, Dende?
Saca fet, Dande.
Yeah, whatever. Use whatever language you want. I know what you're saying. So that's basically what I'm going to do, Vlad. And I'm going to hopefully hold out. These Marlins get a win.
We got one out.
Okay, Alex Bregman just got a hit. We'll see. But Anthony Bender's on the mound. So, Vlad, let's do it again next week. Next week is going to be a little bit different.
We're on from 12 to 3 or 12 to 4 next Saturday. I think we're on 12 to 4 Saturday.
12 to 4 Saturday.
And then we're on a regular shift 12 to 4 next Sunday.
So we're regular next weekend.
I believe so. And then the following week,
it gets crazy.
Just check our socials.
It gets weird. Yeah. Messing
check
with
our
us
socials.
at Vlad2078, at Dan Day Radio. We put up a lot of cool stuff on Instagram, on YouTube, on Facebook, on Twitter, on X.com, on OnlyFans every once in a while if I have enough subscribers. We put up a lot of cool stuff. So just check it out. We'll keep you up to date on all that stuff. And at 104.3 WQAM, because I'm going to close out the show with this. We're not only on 560 WQAM for my cousin Vladimir Lewis. I am Dan Day. We are also on 104.3 FM WQAM, Miami's sports leader. Later, slug.
Later, fools.